Pobiko. Did you see any God come and build any factory in Nigeria?
Dr. Oge, that's not fair. What you just said now, I don't take it lightly. How can you say that they'll be going to pray? They're praying for their neighbors to come and be begging them for food. That's what they're praying for their neighbors to come and beg them for food. I mean, that is what Adeboye asked them to pray for, or rather prayed for them. Please go ahead, not mind me. I'm just joking.
All right. So the fact that a lot of us in Nigeria have been, pardon to use the word, brainwashed, right? The brainwashing is now so deep that I don't see Nigeria redeemable. I look at Nigeria and I just see a lot of impossibilities. A lot of impossibilities, because where do you want to start? How do you want to convince a regular Nigerian guy that if you put okra inside obono, it's no longer obono soup, it's mixed? This is just, it's too far. If you talk to let me give you a shocker, right? I went to UBA January last year. I was inside UBA. I wanted to do some transaction. So I was right from UBA. I came direct from the hospital to UBA, and then there were these cases in the hospital, and there was no doctor on ground to attend to this patient. It was an emergency. The patient was brought in an ambulance. So I walked into the bank. I personally paid 22,000 naira for that patient that day. So I was in the bank and I was talking to my account officer. I was telling him, and I said, Nigeria need doctors. Nigeria desperately need doctors. And there is this old woman standing right beside me. The woman said, my daughter, Nigeria do not need doctors. The woman said, my daughter, Nigeria do not need doctors. They need prayers. I said, pardon? She said, we need prayers. I said, Mama, please get out. Just get out. Go, go, go. Go far away. She was shocked, because that word just, oh my, what do I want to say to this woman? I don't want to say very wrong things to her. I said, Mama, I am talking real life issues, real life. And you're bringing fiction and, into what I'm talking about. People are dying. There are no doctors to treat them. And you're telling me we need prayers? Really? I said, Mama, you see, look that place. That's a hospital. What you will do now is you go to that hospital, you tell them to redirect all the sick patients to your church. If you don't save one patient in your church, you hear from me. I said, yeah. She kept quiet. Then I calmed down. Then I started educating Mama. I educated Mama, and Mama collected my number. Do you know that this woman came to my house frequently for 1 good month for education? And Mama now learned. She now understood, because the pastor in the church has been brainwashing them. They have been told that every problem Nigeria is facing, you can just solve it by praying. So they have not been told the truth all their life. The problem Nigeria have is 70 to 80% of them take their instruction from their religious leaders, whom lie to them, tell them all sorts of lies. So when you have been told these lies, sheepishly and innocently, you believe it, because you don't know it's not the truth. So that is why you will clap for a governor that will use 36 billion to build a church, and there is no factory. And when you finish clapping for that governor and saying this governor is godly, your daughter is serving or your son is serving. When your daughter or your son is done serving, they come back home to sit at home. You had borrowed money from contribution to train them. Now they are at home. You will now go back to the church and start praying. You will go into that church that was built with 36 billion and start praying for jobs for your son. But there will be no job, because the money the governor would have used to build factories and industries has been used to build a church. So the people have gone astray. Even in the Bible, this was not the preaching of Jesus. This was not what he preached. He even kicked against all these kind of things when he got to the synagogue. But come to Nigeria. the capital, the poverty capital of the world, where we glorify criminals. The moment you steal to a certain level, you get a chieftaincy title. You now you get assigned some, you have your entourage. You can now move around in siren. We live in a Nigeria where someone truncated a duly
Doctor,
imperfect.
hold on, please.
Let me just
Hold on,
one more
please.
minute.
Yes, no vex. You have 2 more minutes. So, guys, make another vex. Just make let you know. One media house, the one media outlet, they stream this thing live for their platforms. I think NjenjeTV or something. So I beg, maybe only so they hear what they talk on this space. So one official don't reach out to me. They are streaming this space now live plus 2 other ones again. So just for the record, too many Nigerians are listening to this space live, not just those of us in this space. Thank you. Dr. Beg, 2 more minutes. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, you got into my train of thought a bit, but I'll try to continue. So where was I? Yeah. So
Like,
there was a former head of state.
You should give you more minutes.
No, it's okay, it's fine. There was a head of state in Nigeria that truncated a duly elected president. That was a treason offense. That was treasonable, right? And Nigeria came back, rallied around him, and rewarded him with civilian presidency. In Nigeria, a crime that is punishable by death. And we gave him presidency by voting for him massively. As we were trying to navigate around that halubaloo, we landed in the worst trap. Someone came and painted himself the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the tamer of all ocean, everything, the Omni of the omniest. And then boom, he has been awarded the president of Nigeria with all the crimes he has. This man with all his crime cannot be a mayor in one small community in USA. But guess what? He's the president of Nigeria. And now Nigerians are suffering and dying. People can no longer feed. You will now go to market with 50,000 naira and you will come back with a poly bag. The poly bag inside, the things inside will be just sugar, granules, a few things. In Nigeria, it is worse. There used to be in Nigeria where I remember when I used to buy Indomie 25 naira. Indomie 25 naira. Egg 3.25 naira. Big sachet milk, cowbell sachet milk 5 naira per one. There was a time. Indeed, there was a country. Maybe we should go and read that book. There was a country. I just pity us and our grandchildren. What they will suffer when we are no more. We are just trying to write a few history so that when they grow up, they will know that their own parents actually fought for good. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Doctor. Well spoken. Well spoken. Okay, the next person to go is I think that should be, give me a sec, please. Captain, you've spoken before. So Dr. Barry, please, you have the mic. After Dr. Barry,
all right, thank you so much, Nasa. How you doing?
I'm good, Doctor. I'm good.
How is Potter caught Potter? The reason why I requested the mic again is to appeal to you guys and ask you guys to stop this charade that you are doing. Please. See, these guys, they are recording this space and they will take advantage of the things you are saying and put it as if it's true. Let's not give these bastards demon opportunity to continue to hold sway to power. Which kind of style again is this one that we need to come to space and be talking Ahmed Bola Tinubu is an illegitimate government president? that is doing well, everything is going well. They are recording you and they will use it on their advantage. Why are you giving them content? Please now. I was not in the know, and I had somebody talking. I have to bounce on the guy. Now confirm that the guy is even one of us and is even saying blah blah, using that thing, blah 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 blah. No, now please, now let's stop this now. Right now, we are building serious opposition against the terrorist president called Buhari and El-Rufai and all those people. Please now, let's do this thing once and for all. Whether they remove him, whether they don't remove him, it's not our business. Our own is that we know he's illegitimate. We know he's an illegal president and election. The whole world knows that Peter Obi won this election. We should not come here and gaslight ourselves by saying we are doing comic. We are doing comedy for people to laugh that Ahmed Bola Tinubu's government is working. The government is not working. Don't give them positive content to use tomorrow. Anyone who is listening to this space right now, I just like you to know, let it be on record. My name is Dr. Barry Avotu Johnson, the first country director for Vote Must Count International Initiative. Any positive talk you hear here on this platform today about Ahmed Bola Tinubu and his government was a comedy. We're only doing this just to laugh and just to while away time, because we confirm that the criminality of our politics and our election is too much, and they are continuing it. People are hungry. They let them protest. As citizens of Nigeria, our constitution gives us the opportunity to protest. We have free ride when it comes to law of information. You can protest. It's your right to protest as a citizen against the criminality of this government we have seen so far. Buhari was telling us sometimes that we should not worry, we will miss him. This is what he meant. Some of us knew this because we knew Asiwaju 101. We knew how porous he is. He even told you that I will continue from where Buhari stopped. So I don't know why you are not surprised for what is happening. Every negativity that has happened in Nigeria since Ahmed Bola Tinubu got a constitution of Nigeria suspended and became president of Nigeria, he has been following everything Buhari did, even worse. Right now, as I'm talking to you, he's abroad, changing blood in his weak brain. And we were here giving him kudos by using comic value. Please let it stop. I beg you all. Let's not give our enemies content for tomorrow. The day is still young for us to start building this kind of nonsense. Let's face the fact. Let's fight them the way it is. Like I keep saying, you hear it from anywhere. I'm the one who said it first. No Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. We are all equal, whether anybody likes it or not. If you like big governor or president, the only person we voted for was Peter Gregory Obi of the Labour Party. That's the president we know. So when we say Nigeria does not have a president, we understand. The constitution of Nigeria was kidnapped. Nigeria is under a siege. Nigeria is not a safe country. Nigeria is now a terrorist breeding ground. Whether you like it or not, that's the truth. I was watching a video some 2 weeks ago. The governor of Bauchi State was saying publicly on channels that he was part and parcel of those who invited their Fulani brothers from all over the African country. What's the meaning of that? Do you have food to give them? Do you have a house to give them? Just because they have an idea to Islamatize Nigeria by Fulanization, it will not work. And you that is in Biafra, you that is in South Republic, you that is in Oduduwa Republic, let me tell you one thing. If you think you are not talking, you don't want to protest for this bad leadership because you think the fight has not come to your place, go and ask the Yoruba kings and their village, Ekiti and Ondo. They've started with them. Let these Hausa boys, these Fulani boys cross over from this middle belt into the Niger, into the south, and you see what will happen. They will finish all of you. That time you will know that some of us who said, go and look for gun and buy, or look for cutlass and buy, or look for wood and sharp like a trap and wait for anybody and defend yourself. We don't know what we are talking about. We know what we are talking about. This government of Asiwaju has failed to protect Nigerian people and their property. That is supposed to be the first duty of any president or governor, to protect the lives and property of the people, the indigenes in your state and the citizens of your country. Who here can tell me that he has enjoyed protection from Ahmed Bola Tinubu? Who here can tell me that Ahmed Bola Tinubu gave you water to drink, borehole water, your normal water, tap water? Tell me, show yourself on this space. Tell me that, show me that person that your own area, you have 24 hours electricity. Show me that person on this platform that has security, that is given by
Dr. Barry, can you still rounding up, okay? Please.
So please, thank you. I just want to continue to keep telling us, let this comedy stop. Let's attack these issues as they are, and let's not give the enemy any opportunity to have materials that can be used against us tomorrow. Look, don't be worried. 2027 is next tomorrow. Every bad government breeds faster night and faster day. The more wicked you are, the more the days run faster for you to go. We have given them the opportunity, and now we'll take it. That's why we are presenting Peter Obi again as our only president that we know that we voted for ahead of 2027. Mona, no worry, we still stay here. Well, let's keep fighting them until we get power. Thank you so much. I greet everybody.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Barry. Thank you very much. Okay. I really do not know what to say. I understand where you're coming from, right? And I get it. But okay, I want to say something, right? See, in as much as you're fighting this course and it's a fight to the finish, right? You don't expect us to be sad while doing it. You don't expect us to cry while doing it. We literally cried our eyes out last year. You hear people come to spaces weeping and wailing, people being depressed just because their vote was stolen. You hear people almost committed suicide. It's not as if you know about the lady that almost committed suicide just because of this stuff, right? We can't, let me speak for myself. There are people that have like that, you know, they are emotional. I am one of those people. And what keeps me going is to laugh, regardless of what I'm facing, right? Of course, we know what we're doing. We know when people say something like that, we know who we're talking about. It's not like, you know, I don't know, for people that wants to take it like we are supporting them, they know we're not supporting them. They know we're making caricature of them. Right, but at the same time, we need laugh now. Come on, we need laugh. Bag of rice, 60-something thousand. Medical bills you can't even afford. I understand where you're coming from, but for me personally, I'm talking about myself. I'm not trying to defend anybody. I'm talking about myself. I need to laugh, regardless of what is this going on. I need to laugh. You understand? So trust me, I get what you're saying. I get it, but it is what it is. You know. So, but then thank you very much for your submission. It's quite powerful as always. You've always have one of the biggest voice, you know, in this movement. So thank you. All right, okay, God, you have the mic.
Thank you very much, Nasa. Nasa, I know you have explained, but I want to give thumbs up to Dr. Barry for what he said, because, yeah, Nasa, we need to lighten up once in a while, but not with a serious thing like that. That Shatima guy, I don't know what he stands for, who he stands for, but you see that he got worked up and he left. I don't know if he's left the space, but he's no longer on the speaker section. You don't know what that has done to him. You may be able to understand, but for the light-minded who do not, the first time, I think it was even on this same space, when somebody pulled that on me, I didn't know it was sarcasm. I blew out. I blew out on the obedient guy that was playing that sarcasm on me. It was later I understood, So it's not everybody who is in that place to understand. Some people here, if not that Dr. Barry now have explained, they would never have understood that. Wake Up and the other guy were actually being sarcastic. So we need to play down a bit. Wake Up, your hand is up again. I am hoping and I'm pleading with you that you listen to what Dr. Barry said. I beg you in the name of God. Please don't come back up and say, we don't care. We mean what you are saying. It's not sarcasm. Wake Up, I use God, beg you. For the heart of those that are light, I beg you in the name of God, please, please. Okay, Dr. Barry, one thing I won't beg you, Sha. Say you dey push, make we get this revolution for Nigeria. This one where you don't come, they talk 2027. Leave that 2027 matter. I know say if we get next election, if Peter Obi come out again and here we go field, but may we not start to the talk, say, may we chill 2027. If we start saying it, people are going to relax. The push for this government to go down will go down. So I beg you, Dr. Barry, for now, 2027, we will know the two highlight time like that, because we still they hope by God's grace, say, these two people, Shetima and Tinubu, they go step down before 2027, because I don't know how we're going to cope. I don't know how we're going to live with this kind of government. All right, let me quickly get to it. So, you see, forgotten who was speaking, and he said that we should not expect the East to come out and join the protest. It go reach everybody. When we had the first protest after Tinubu was inaugurated last year, was it Nasarawa State that came out and protested against the hike in food prices? We said North. It trickled down to the high rate of killings that continued in the Middle Belt, and we started having Middle Belt protests. It has now gotten to the West, where, in fact, first of all, Abuja had their protests because of the killings. Now it has gotten to Ekiti, Kwara. They've killed monarchs, and we're having our Western brothers come out to say, we're not fit continue. See, God works in mysterious ways. You see that thing, just like what somebody said, it is the one that will make you come out that will happen to you. For the Northerners, it's hunger they cannot take. That's why they're coming out to protest. For the Westerners, Shebi, don't touch our kings. That's why they're coming out now to talk. For the Easterners, we don't know the one way to go touch us, but he go touch us and we will come out to protest. So we cannot categorically come out here and say East will not come out, and we go protest when time comes, because he go touch us. Nobody waited for this space. So long as Nigeria has not been broken down, so long as we have not gone our different ways, so long as we are still being called one Nigeria, it go touch everybody, Harma, East, South, everybody shall go come and protest. We no go get choice. I need to leave that at that point. Then let me also say that I think that we should stop dwelling in the past. And when I mean past, can we leave 2019, 2015 alone? In 2023, Peter Obi won the elections, and it was not the Igbos that made him win the elections alone. It was not Igbos and the South alone. It was not Igbos West and South alone. It was not Igbos West, South, and Middle Belt alone. It was the East, the West, the South, Middle Belt, and the North. So if everybody came out and made Peter Obi win, how is it that we keep coming back to say some people voted Tinubu in along tribal? We know some people still voted for. See, let me tell you, some Igbos, as in Nwafu Igbo, voted for Tinubu. Some Nwafu Igbo voted for this drug baron, as we call him. So it is not, let's stop pushing this blame on the Westerners and the Northerners. Shebina then go vote. Tinubu didn't win the elections now. Peter Obi won. How did he win? Every single region voted for that man. For some of us that are still counting on the rigged, and I have to emphasize rigged election results that they brought out for the North for Peter Obi. See, let me tell you, I pray the day you people will give me time to break down Kano results for you. And I will prove to you that if Peter Obi did not win Kano State, he came second. If Peter Obi did not win Kano State, the so-called Kwankwasia has Kano in his pocket. He came second. I can prove it. If you give me time, I will break it down for you. You have to have your paper and your pen. I'll break it down for you. So let's drop the issue of some people voted along. There's nothing we can do. People will still vote along tribal lines. People will still do it. But the majority of the people voted for Peter Obi. Let's hold on to that. We had a strength in coming together. Let's not begin to break it down ourselves. Kill that strength ourselves by saying we want to blame the West. Yes, some people did vote for Tinubu along tribal lines, but that was not how he got into power. Okay? Then I also want to mention that, see, we saw that video of that guy that said he was begging Tinubu to do something, begging the government to do something, that if they don't do something in 3 months' time, he will pick up a gun and start robbing people. There is another video like that, and I think somebody came up to mention again that some people are saying if things don't change, they will get into the street and begin to rob. Those are the kind of people that we need to catch and channel their anger rightly. They are as angry as they need to be, but their anger is not properly channeled because now they want to start harming their fellow Nigerians instead of targeting the people that are causing the problems. If we have those that is also why we still need to get back to the grassroots. I go still dey talk am. Then finally, this is where I'm going to round up. And in fact, this was the main thing that I wanted to come back and talk about. To every well-meaning Nigerian, and especially, particularly to obedience, Peter Obi is still carrying the bulk of this load, I'll tell you. The man is both on air and on ground. He comes on Twitter, he will tweet and shake tables. He will go on ground. This one will happen. He will go there. He will donate. He will go and visit. He will condole. He will go and hail Nigerian Super Eagles and say, well done. Keep pushing. You're going to get there. He is everywhere on ground and on air. We, that are his followers, that as of 2022, 2023, we were with him on ground and on air. Right now, we are only on air. What are we doing on ground? What are we doing on ground to add to the pressure he is putting on this government? It is good that we are on air. It is good, the great things we are doing on social media. I like it because it is a weapon I'm using myself. But I want to urge us, there are things we can do on ground to also increase the pressure. I'm not talking about protests now. I'm not talking about protests. You see those things Peter Obi is doing, go here, do this, go there, do that. Can we start doing some small things? Call it obedience outreaches. But in those outreaches, we will drive our narratives. Can we begin to do that? Add the same pressure that Peter Obi is putting on ground, because it's not fair that we are just on air and Peter Obi is both on ground and on air. So I'll plead with us, every well-meaning Nigerian, every obedient, let's begin to think about things we can start doing on ground in addition to what we are doing on air. I yield the mic. Thank you so much. I'm done speaking. Oh.
Yeah, thank you. Don't mind me. I don't know what happened to my phone. All of a sudden, I'm looking for my Twitter app. All right, thank you very much. Okay, thank you. That's well spoken. I hope we listen to what you have to say, and I know some other obedience have already made a statement about this. So I just feel like I don't know that I don't know something that will incite or trigger somebody now, because my own they touch me. We've been clamoring for this particular thing. Even to the extent Peter came to Arise TV, and then Arise TV, not channels, Arise TV. He said, take back the country, be persistent. He said, take back your country. So I don't know. What's his name again? Our vice principal, Baba Ahmed Dati. He came like this one, he literally shook the whole Nigeria. That he went to their houses and break down their doors, and he was saying it to their faces, calling them by their names, who they are. You get, not being scared of them. Do you understand? And he also told Nigerians, wake up. He was very specific. He said, wake up. People might, use, a proverb to tell us what to do and all that. But he came straight on. He hit the nail on the head. He said, Nigerians, wake up. You need to take back your country. You need to take to the streets. He now said, until when Nigerians, that they are waiting for Nigerians to wake up. But until when Nigerians decide to wake up, I mean, everybody's experiencing what is happening right now. So I hope maybe one day, just like what we normally do, we pray. We know how to pray very well and how to march. Martin Luther King, what did he do? He was a reverend, right? What did he do? He didn't stay in his room to pray. He led the way. We know how to pray very well, but we don't know how to take action. That's, I don't know what for Bible where they see that one. Even Jesus Christ, God took action. Even after praying, he took action. But let me stop there. Okay, Justice, you've been going on and off. You have the mic after your no, Justice, sorry. Calm down. How bad?
Nasa,
Hey, Jesus Christ, sir.
Nasa, sorry. A lot of people don't speak on this place. Daniel don't speak. Captain don't speak. Sam don't speak. Justice, Arthur, and Williams, they've not spoken here. So I beg, my Justice will go next. After him, come to Williams. Arthur, Williams. Then we'll go back to you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Justice, please go ahead.
Good morning, everybody.
Good evening, Justice.
Okay, it's evening where you are. Okay, I think say it's morning. Number one, Nasa, you said that he said Nigeria should wake up. He's a Nigerian. Why he didn't lead the protest? If he come out on the street today, why people will not follow him? But you know that is not going to happen. So let's be honest with ourselves. And for Dr. Barry, that said they are coming to us. They have been coming to us for the past 10 years. And nobody was lamenting because it was Igbos that we are being killed. And we have started to stand up to defend ourselves. They call us terrorists. They call us tyrants. They call us all sorts of names. They call us clowns. There's nothing they have never called us. And people are still saying they are coming for us. They have come. They have tested us. They kill us in Uproar. They kill us in Ebonyi State. They massacre us in Mpo. They kill us in Headbridge or the who protests for us? Nobody. We stood up for ourselves and said enough is enough. My name is Justice. I'm contributing to arm Biafrans. And we are doing it openly. We are not hiding it. Biafrans should carry arms. And if these people showed up, we deal with them. So, like my brother who said that he's not going to allow any of his brother to go and protest this useless protest. And when they kill them, everybody go to his house and sleep. That is where we stand now. They have killed us enough. And some of you who call us names and tell us, oh, your Biafra is not coming. Oh, you are talking about other people. Nnamdi Kanu cried and cried in 2015. Nnamdi Kanu said, the Fulanis are coming. At that time, nobody saw anything coming. That is why he was arrested in 2017. In 2015, when he come to America and tell them, all you need is guns and bullets to defend yourself because these dangerous people are coming. Do they come or not? He told you that Tinubu is going to be the next president of Nigeria 8 years before now. Did Tinubu become the president or not? And he told you that your Naira is going to be useless. He told you that one day you wake up, your money in the bank will disappear. Now they are planning to convert your domiciliary account to Naira. Did it happen or not? But we pretend as if those things have not been said. Because the man that said it is an Igbo man. If it was a white man from Britain or from America come and say all these things, we all would take action. But because he's a black person that is telling black people, you don't reason well. If you reason well, you can see what the danger that is coming after you. I'm sure by now, some people will read his statue in their front of their houses, like they read Jesus. You know, this is why when we come out and we said the way our people reason is the worst thing you can ever imagine. And people will say it will touch us. What is going to touch us? Do you know how many of us that have been killed? And if somebody say he will touch Igbos, Igbos will, he have touched us. And we have stand up to say they will not touch us again. If they kill one of us, we kill 5 of them. Nnamdi Kanu said it in open radio. He didn't hide it. So if you are coming to tell us that Igbos, you have to rise, we are not right. We have risen long time ago to defend ourselves. And you people call us terrorists. Even when Nigerian government, who proscribed us, we went to court with them and we won them. And the court said, IPOB is no more a terrorist organization. They are not proscribed. Some of you will still come online and say, Justice, you guys are terrorists, you guys are this, and you guys are that. I was in Nigeria for 2 months. And you look at people who are calling you all sort of name, they can't even stand you. And that is why my head freezes when I see Igbo people supporting one Nigeria. The people you are trying to be with in Nigeria cannot even remove your shoe. They can't even be your houseboy. They can imagine Tinubu being my president. And somebody will say, he's not my president, but if Tinubu order for them to carry you in your house today, they're going to carry you without even asking question. This is a man who cannot even be Simon Gateman. You call Simon a criminal, you call Nnamdi Kanu a terrorist. But these people, where they live in London and in Finland, your Tinubu, your president, who is giving orders today to deal with you, cannot even be their Gateman. Because when they run their background check, you find out that this is a criminal. In America, where I live, as a common as I am, Tinubu cannot even drive me as a taxi driver. Because for you to get ordinary Amazon job, go and check. For you to get a correctional job in America, go and check the kind of background check they're going to run on you. They even want to know if you are owing your mobile phone, if you are owing your mobile phone. Talk less of when you're a criminal. But in Nigeria, we celebrate 99% of your politicians are criminals. 99.9 is criminal. But when we say it, people will say, no, you are talking about protest. What kind of protest are you going to do? We know the solution to Nigerian problem. We have cried for like how many years? Okay, let's leave what I cry, we cry. For this Twitter alone, for the past 4 years, we have been active on Twitter space, talking about this Nigeria leadership. And we have come to one conclusion, that Nigeria will never work. All of us know that Nigeria will never ever work. Even the people that are telling you that they are going to make it work. I remember my brother Obi in 2022 said Nigeria is with his own words. He said Nigeria is a car that the engine have knocked. It doesn't matter the kind of driver you put in it, he will not move. Even if the best driver in the world, that car will not move. But it shocked me when he comes in 2023 and tell you that, hey, you can tow the car on a tow truck. So he can be a tow truck that will tow it to a mechanic where they're going to fix it. And I laugh because they want Igbos to commit to the election that is coming. And they know that somebody like Obi will make that happen. And he showed up and it happened. That's why Nigeria is still standing. If there's no Igbo man on that ballot paper, I'm sure by now Nigeria could have been on the ground. But what I want to tell Nigerians, when you tell us, oh, come down and fight for your Biafra, I was on ground and I look at people who are telling us to come on ground. Oh, now you want to protest people that are hungry, that cannot feed their children, that woman that have 3 children, backing one of them, carrying 2 with 2 hands, trying to put it in keke to send them to school, you are telling to go and protest. And then when these people are killed, and you go back and relax. If that is said, Nigeria wake up and go on the street, he will be the first one on the street the next day. Then people will follow him. That's to show you there's no patriotic Nigeria. It's a lie. When they tell you there's a patriotic, no one is. Nigeria is nobody's country. Nigeria is it's just a means of identification that the white person gave you as a means of identification. Nobody is interested in this, your Nigeria. So when people say, oh, well-meaning Nigeria, I would just be asking, where is well-meaning Nigeria? Then if we have well-meaning Nigeria, why do tribal play our politics? Why do we play politics according to our tribal lines? When you talk about Igbo man, he will rise up like something. And when you call a Yoruba person, he will start fighting. We play by tribal line. I talked to some top politicians while I was home, and they will tell you Nigeria will not work. Forget about all these things they are doing. And I will ask them, why are you people still pushing us on this? I talked to the rich guys. They said, do you want us to die? I was with one of the top Labour Party member in Owerri. What did he told me? He told me the scam that went throughout the election in 2023. And I laughed. And I said, do you remember why you blocked me in Twitter? When I called you out, you were a member of PDP. Within 2 months, you run over to ABGA. Before another one, you run over to a Labour. And what are you looking for? You want where you can get space to become a governor of Imo State, right? So all these things, and you are putting the life of your children in danger. Because any day you wake up and you stand up and said you support Nigeria, you are putting knife in the neck of our children. Any day, all of us in this place, we wake up and you are saying, I support one Nigeria. You are supporting a knife, a gun, the head of our children. Because that is the people they are going to kill. Nigeria is killing everybody. Nobody is spared. They kill kings, they kill children, they kill mothers, they massacre them. If they don't kill you by gun with the military, this morning I was watching a video where police is crying that the military came after them and attacked them. And now the military is attacking police. So they kill the police, they kill the army, the terrorists will shoot the fellow army from the back. Their military, they will kill them, shooting them behind. Our sister from Yoruba land, what is Alitole or what? That was a naval staff that was fighting was one of the best shooter from the air. They killed him. Up to today, how many Nigerians have asked, what is the investigation saying about the killing of that young lady? Nobody is saying anything about it. And Nigeria is killing if they don't kill you by gun, they kill you by starvation. If they don't kill you by starvation, they kill you by destroying your business. Then you will die with your debt. You are owing to Chinese or you are owing to bank. You will sell your property trying to recover. Then high blood pressure and the diabetes will kill you. And you will go off. And those ones are not being recorded. We are recording the ones they are killing on the street. But you're not recording the ones they are killing when their business go down. Like me as an Igbo man. If I'm not living in America now, maybe I could have been a dead man because my business has been destroyed. So if this business has been destroyed, I get high blood pressure and I die silently in my house, it will not be on record that Nigeria killed me. So Nigeria is killing everybody. And every morning you wake up and said, wait a minute, Nigeria. You are killing your brothers, you are killing your children, you are killing your sisters. That's what Nigeria can do. Nigeria cannot give you electricity. For 62 years, have you gotten electricity? The answer is no. So when is he going to give it to you? Nigeria have not given you education. Most people will come and celebrate Nigerians who made way in America and said, why you people are like this? If you school in America, you become American citizen, you now become a mayor or something, Nigeria will be celebrating you. As if they were the one that offered you the opportunity. They didn't. Nigeria don't give you education. Nigeria don't give you water. This morning I was also reading from Sahara Reporters. They are telling us that in Abuja, it was in Abuja or somewhere, they said people are in water crisis. They can't see water to drink. But in my village, I have a spring water running from stone that we can drink without treatment. So they are chasing us out from our land. Anyway, what I want to say, for some time now, I want to run away from imperfect space because I want me and Imperfect to have a very physical fight so that people will see that we're going to have this fight physically because we have fight a lot in the timeline and in space. But that is my brother, we're going to fight. But one thing I want to tell Nigerians is, why do you want our children to be killed? Why do you want them to be massacred? Because nobody else is doing this apart from Nigeria. Nobody else. It's Nigeria that is doing it. And they are doing it intentionally. They are doing it intentionally because by the time they kill your workforce, they kill and put fear. And the ones that didn't kill escape to somewhere, they take over your land. We have seen all the handwriting on the wall, where they are coming from and where they are going. I'm going to end with this. Ahmadu Bello said, instead of they're going to make indigenization, he put that, there's a way he put that English. that instead of them even to give an Igbo man any position, they better sought for expatriate. When they couldn't get expatriate, they can look for that tribe before that Igbo man.
Justice, please, can you start rounding up? Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna round up. But my brother Ojuku said one statement, and I don't know why. He was always produce prophet. In 1966, Ojuku took Nigerians to Aburi for negotiation. And it's like he projected what is going to happen in Nigeria after in 50 something years. And then the guy came again and give us head on what is going to happen. Everybody keep quiet. And I'm going to end up with this Ojuku words. Ojuku said, we have tried whatever we can to leave this country that was created by British and handed over to us. We have gone even to a civil war. We kill our own people. We kill our own people. Is it not time for us to go back upon the foundation upon this nation was built so that we can correct this abnormal situation that are killing our people? Is it not time? You talk about protests, you talk about government, but the foundation that produced this killing, these monsters that call themselves leaders, you don't want to touch it. Why? What is your profit being a Nigerian? I want somebody to explain to me, why do you want Nigeria to continue the next day when you know that the continuation of Nigeria is going to kill more people? That makes you an evil person. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Justice. Thank you. That was quite a submission. Please, can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, Willis. Justice, thank you very much. That was quite a submission. I won't lie, but you know, it had it. Okay, let me just yield. All right. Who is going next?
Williams. I'm next.
Is you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. I think Imperfect called you. All right, go ahead. I wanted to call Oladipo, but it seems he fell off. So maybe when he requested the mic again, yeah. So let me just take a cue once and for all. Then we'll go by the queue. So Williams, when you're done, Captain, you've spoken before. Daniel, you've spoken before. So please, you have to be patient. When you're done, Williams, Oladayo will go, and then Osogini, the groove, right? Hold on. And the groove will go. So Williams, Oladayo, and the groove. Then we'll come to Daniel and then Captain. Go ahead, Williams. 5 minutes, please.
Yes, my people. Good evening, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen. Imperfect. We get Let's get up, brother. I am back. Oh, I just came back on Saturday from the country, my dear. I don't think Nigeria is even ready for a change that we're clamoring about. Oh, I'm telling you. From everything I saw in that country, I don't think the people mindset is even ready to change the country. I'm telling you, I can put everything I love. I crisscross Nigeria. I spent 42 days in the country. I don't think Nigerians are ready for a revolution or to see a change of the system. They like it the way it is, and people are content with the way the system is. I'm sorry to say this. I mean, we come out here, we clamor. I was out there, I talk to people. The mindset of Nigerians is like, hey, we are here. It's okay for us. I'm like, what is okay? You know, the system that our parents have built, the fabric of what we have turned that country to, it's what it is. And there is no changes from my understanding from everywhere. I mean, when I came in, even at the airport the last few days, I was screaming. I looked like a madman because the guys who work at the airport was kind of like screaming all these Chinese and the Indians, taking them in front to cut me in the line just to check them in while I was waiting in my line with other Nigerian citizens that were traveling out of the country. We were actually being treated like second-hand citizens in our own country. And I was the only one speaking out. Everybody else were just looking at me like, what is this guy doing? What is he saying? I have to bypass the line myself too. So I don't know, but it's sad. From everything I see, I don't know if this country is ready for any change. The mindset of the people in the country is made up. They are content with the way that country is. I'm sorry to say this, but I think um having been out for so long and going back there to see the way the country is, it's just nobody wants a change of the system. Even those ones who are actually like well to do people that are like the people that you call that are upstanding citizens with the money, they like the system as filthy as it is. So I don't know what we, the common man, or we in the diaspora, coming out here every day to lend our voice. What can our voice do when the people actually that are bearing the bulk of the pains of this system that is not working are like, we're okay with it. So how do we change a society that the people are not willing to change? How do we make that change? How do you change a human being who is not willing to accept change? How do you change him? I'm sorry to say this. With all I love, with all we did on this campaign, with all our money that we invested, some of us, on the last election, what I see in Nigeria, I saw a mindset of people who are just like, you push them to the wall, they get to the end of the wall and they just stand there, they say, okay, you know what? We gave up. Nobody's ready for a change in Nigeria. Nobody. Even those who have money, those who are doing well, and those who are not even doing well, they rather beg than changing. I just feel sorry for some of our sisters. And I don't know. I mean, to our brothers, some of them they just go with the flow. But our sisters, I just don't, I mean, the men are just ridiculousing them to nothing. And it makes me sad. I feel like crying because I have nieces. And I see the way the society has turned them to. It's sad. This is not the country we thought of, or when I was growing up, I think I was born from. But the country has changed, and this I don't know how we change Nigeria to what we want the country to be. We that comes out there on social media and clamor every day. I don't know what we do, but I mean the prayers are not working. I don't know if prayers can even work because the clergymen are using the religious also to help keep the system the way it is. Instead of them building factories or building vocational schools, they rather build more churches and enslave the masses, the poor masses, have them on Saturday on a very hot sun, telling them to go out on a crusade, to go and preach the gospel and win more souls for Christ, even though the people are hungry. It is sad, you know. I have a conversation with a couple of the clergymen. I say, you can build factories, you can build mechanic workshops, you can build where children will come and learn how to be tailor, plumber, electrician, mechanic, faulkner. I mean, everything you could do that than building all these bullshit churches that you're building. And they looked at me like if I was just saying something out of my nose or I don't know what I'm talking about. You understand me? So I don't know, but it's sad. I mean, like I said, I don't see Nigeria. I don't know how we will get the change that we want. I think if we really want to see this change, most of us may have to either we have to like what they did when they what do you call it the slavery that went back to Africa after the slavery was free. They went back and they helped for the independence. I think this is what we may have to all do. Get back on the plane and fly back to Nigeria and start the revolution with them out there and get the change that we want. But if we depend on the brothers out there on ground only, I could tell you guys in the next 20 years, I don't see the people out there changing that country. I can bet everything I love on it. The next 20 years, the psychopaths that we have back home are not ready to have that country change. I'm sorry to use this word. The people out there, they've just accepted this norm. They've been beaten to the edge, and some of them are saying, you know what, I gave up. It's good the way it is. It's sad. But this is what I see, my brother. Thank you. I yield the mic.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Williams. Oh, who dropped? Okay. All right, the group, you have the mic, please go ahead, 5 minutes, please, and then we'll come to General and Captain.
Okay, thank you all so much. Big ups to the Prince, German Prince. Thank you. So yeah, quick one. I just to be fair, I had William say something about Nigerians being psychopaths. To be honest, he didn't lie. He didn't lie at all, because from what I've seen, Nigeria's been like a product of a very terrible foundation. Yeah. And it is so sad that the people or the generation that we've had over the years are the ones trying to correct this terrible foundation. It's so sad to see, because they say where something is faulty from the ground, you can never try to improve like any technology on it that makes it better, because of course there was literally no plan, no what's it called, no masters to build in Nigeria. And that's what we see today, because most of the founding fathers, the heroes that we call today, they were all basically all after themselves. So I can really blame people that come on this space to talk about Biafra and whatnot, because it's what they've seen, what they've experienced in Nigeria. I mean, this is someone that previously spoke, said he just came back from Nigeria, and he saw that it can never get better over there, because this is literally his experience, right? And to be fair, even while we strive with Peter Obi for a greater Nigeria, it's insane that many people have been psyched to, first of all, believe that it can never be better in that country. Like a lot of people believe. And to be honest, yeah, I'm sorry to my fellow Yorubas in this space, but then I would like to say something about the passiveness of especially Yorubas in Nigeria. Sorry, I'm not trying to throw any jab at anybody, but then this is what I've noticed over time. I mean, like the previous generations of Yorubas, especially from my line of what's it called, my parents and stuff. And I noticed the way they speak, it's just like they sound so defeated. Like I feel like they grew up in a system whereby it's oppressed or be oppressed or oppress someone. You understand? I feel like it is some sort of, they cage you and then they psych you to believe that it can never get better. You need to just follow be slaves to some sort of people. You understand? They're divinely been born to rule Nigerians, and you're just there to pick the crumbs and stuff. I mean, we need to first of all erase all this mindset. That Peter Obi can only do the one he can do, right? He can only, because if it's not that you're not normal, like you have a president right now in the country that is in France right now at the moment. People are being kidnapped, people are dying, like people are starving. And this president still, he gets the nerves to travel out on a private trip, which exactly was the same thing the previous president did, going to the UK for private visits, when he clearly didn't lay any footprint. He basically didn't do nothing to improve the country. And now we have another president that started with the old norm of traveling. Meanwhile, the country is in ruins. Like there's nothing literally being done to the country to improve the state. Okay, so now back to the passiveness of Nigerians. I feel like in order to sort of erase this passiveness, whereby like things that are being done right now to Nigerians, they just accept it, right? They then use religion as the solace to say, okay, let's pray, let's do this. I'm sorry, if you're Yoruba in this space and you think praying for Nigeria and going to church, I mean, you can understand until you experience a working system whereby you wake up in the morning, you're mandated to get somewhere, you go out, you get to the place at the right time, you have no problems whatsoever. Then you realize that Nigeria has gotten to the point whereby like some little things as much as prayer makes no sense in the country. I mean, back in Nigeria, wake up, we pray for something as little as like, God, this morning I don't want to meet traffic on the road. Like you just imagine, in a working country, you of course you know that for government, in order to have like a smooth passing of roads, there should be traffic lights, there should be good regulators on the road. But then in Nigeria, that's where you only complain, God, I don't want to see this, I don't want to. I mean, prayers are already overrated in the country. You need to start putting in working structures, which clearly this party would not do. Now, what's my recommendation? Yeah, I would, of course, I would not say, okay, let's go into the street, because I think, to be honest, personally for me, I think it's the time for us to go into the street and then start to demand, start to campaign more, start to get. I mean, someone said that when I came on this place, someone was speaking about let's do what Peter Obi is doing, going to the grassroots level. Please, how do we change people that have accepted being defeated as their reality already? Because it's going to be so difficult, no matter how Peter Obi. Because now you're seeing it, like clearly this party is doing nothing, but then people are attacking Obi. Obi is the main person taking. So, what do you now think that you, as the person bringing this to them, you will not get attacked as well? So, I think this has to basically come from the foundation that's been set for Nigeria. I mean, we can only do what we can do to change the country. In terms of deaths, Nigeria is in crazy situation right now. In terms of security, we're at the lowest, where the police PRO will come online to say source of rubbish, and go to say such in front of Nigerians, millions of Nigerians. It's crazy, whereby we have like state media being run by what's it called, the ruling party. We have like so many. I can go on and on, but then what we Yorubas, I mean, the of course the older generation, what they see is the hatred for the Igbos, the tribalism they see every day. The Igbos cannot do anything in the country. If you ask a single Yoruba man, if you go to the deep trenches of Ondo State and you ask a Yoruba man why they think Peter Obi shouldn't, first response you hear is it's not part of us. It's not a Nigerian. That's what you hear. Meanwhile, lots of Igbos have lost their life from this shit. They literally, people died for this shit. Like as far as like 10,000, like lots of years ago, people have lost their lives. But then what we see in this generation now is they're not part of us. They're Igbos. We don't be like. Meanwhile, the Awusas, that's the bandits that's been killing Nigerians. The Awusas, clearly Fulanis. You don't hate them. You don't despise them. So I think there's a need to sort of how am I going to say, like, create like a proper awareness system for Nigerians. Come on, first of all, you're Nigerians. When you start putting bias into all these things, it divides us. We already have like cultural values dividing us. We already have like religious values dividing us already. So when you start to put in this is not part of us, then it robs you of the right administration, which is obviously we see from Tinubu, with no credibility, no background, ruling Nigeria right now. And so even the Bible says it, where you see the unrighteous ruling, it's difficult. The house is burning already. So I would say personally, I'm not going to be a part of people who's going to say, let's go to Nigeria and if the Nigerians are not going to protest, if they're not going to stand up now against this. Now we're seeing it in places like Mina. People are coming out. I saw videos, couple of videos today. People are coming out to say they're starving. If Nigeria, in its collective voice, people over there living right now cannot leave the shores of their jobs, leave the source of their life with their comfortability, and go out now to say we want better, we demand better. I feel like there's no way we staying in diaspora can come online and keep ranting as much as possible. Like, if we are to see changes, people on the ground that are experiencing this terrible hardship, they need to be able to say, yes, we are done with this. We cannot continue with this. They need to go out and start to make a movement. I'm sorry for the bad word, but then we do not need to think about anybody taking advantage of the whole situation now. I mean, this is the right time where the president should see that clearly nothing is working. We can see it, of course, in the different ECOWAS African states. Now they're seeing it.
Can you start rounding up, okay?
Yeah, of course I'll start rounding up. So I just want to say people in Nigeria, first of all, need to first see the need for a change in governance before we in the diaspora we're able to intercede, or we're able to collectively support them, of course, online and stuff. So the change needs to start from the people staying in Nigeria. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. The Grove. Thank you. That was a wonderful submission. But there are quite some things you said that I didn't really agree with you on. Okay. I understand you're Yoruba, right? But then you mentioned Yoruba, and then this thing of Yoruba praying, and can we just stop generalize it, because it's a country thing. I mean, when it comes to religion, it's country thing, like it's African thing. I don't know. It's African thing. Africans are, we are just too religious for crying out loud. And the people that brought it into our continent, when you go out there, how many churches have you seen in one street? How many churches have you seen? But there in Africa, like especially in Nigeria, in one street you're seeing 10 different churches as if they are doing competition. So when it comes to this religion of a thing, it's not just Yoruba. It's also Igbo. I'm saying it's also Igbo, and it's Nigerian. Like, I think we prefer to pray a lot than to put action. Prayer is good, by the way. Prayer is good. There is time for everything. There is time to pray. There is time to laugh. There is time to cry. There is time to take action. Prayer is good. To talk to God is one of the most important things one needs to do, incorporate in your life. But then, without action, you don't expect God to throw down manners for you. You don't expect God to come and send Angel Gabriel or Angel who again? Angel Michael, right? To come and fight for Nigeria, to come and take away those people, take this away from them, or take them away from us. So I just feel like we know how to pray a lot. We know how to pray a lot, and then together we need to put action to it. You get so yeah. That's another one, but then I think I forgot to go. But by the way, anyways, thank you for that wonderful submission. Quite spot on. Quite
NASA,
spot on.
NASA, please, can
Um,
I respond to Williams and the Groove?
okay, hold on, okay. They will chop. Captain will chop me. Captain and Sergeant. They will eat me right here. So please let them go. Let them speak. Okay, and then we'll come to you. Okay. Danny, please go ahead. Then after you, Captain. Daniel, are you there? Daniel, going one, going two, going. All right.
Yes, I'm here. Point of correction, I'm not a carnivorous animal. So, and Oge is
Ah,
actually my sweetheart. So I don't eat
who called you? Who
people.
called you carnivorous animal?
No, he said we'll eat you up if we allow Oge. That is what you said. So I just want to correct that impression. Oge is my
Okay.
sister. There's no way I will eat Oge. If I eat Oge, waiting I came. But I will
Okay. Please
disagree
go
with
ahead.
her on the basis of saying that we should stop. I don't know what she means by sarcasm. That is something that I don't understand. I'm being honest. Maybe later she can make out time and explain it to me. And to Mr. Barry, first and foremost, I am not an obedient. I am a patriotic Nigerian who believes that we need to give opportunity to all and sundry to govern. Even if you are a Boko Haram terrorist today, we can give you the position of Nigeria to govern tomorrow. We can make you the president. Even if you are somebody who
Daniel, please,
calls,
Daniel, please,
even if
Daniel,
you are,
please.
allow me. Okay, see, there's something called freedom of expression. Even if you are somebody who calls a sitting vice president an ice cream seller, you understand? It is also important that we allow people call you out when you are the president instead of you calling people who are saying that dollar to naira is expensive. Close. And use taxpayers' money to go to Davos to go and be dancing buga. And to be honest, if the people who were protesting today in Mina protested against Shetima when he went to go and dance buga in Davos, I will support them. Because that is actually, he demarketed Nigeria. He demarketed even Islam. Because how can you be dancing a buga in Davos? That is haram. Or don't they know that? Because Tinubu handed the economy to Shetima, sorry, not Shekau, to go and solicit for funds for us, dollars for us in Davos. But Shetima failed woefully in that regard. So they should also hold their brother responsible for what is happening. You cannot hold Tinubu responsible when your brother is the vice president, who instead of talking to Okonjo-Iweala to help raise, let's say, 20 or 30 billion dollars, you went to go and be dancing buga in Davos. Let's call a spade a spade. Now, what is Tinubu doing? Tinubu felt bad. Tinubu said, okay, I can see that the people in my team are not smart and experienced enough. Let me take this thing. Let me take the bull by the horn. He had to jet out to France. Now that he's in France, he's meeting with world leaders, trying to raise dollar so that you can, all of you are complaining about dollar now, so that you can get dollar and fix this economy. But no, you are dragging him. What do you want this man to do for you? It's not fair. Please, it's not fair. It's also important that we commend people where they are doing well. Look at Cardoso. Cardoso is on television today, speaking all manner of grammar, telling you all the sacrifices he's making. Do you want him to kill you? Do you want him to kill himself? And if you are talking about insecurity, who is the chief of defense staff? Who is the national security advisor? Are they not from the north? How come they are not addressing the insecurity in the country? No, see, this is democracy, and there's something called division of labor. So blame everybody proportionately because all of them are being paid. But President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, if I may say, I think it is important for you to begin to think of how to, retire these people that are not helping your administration, so that you can recruit people like Ogbeni Depo, Reno Mokere, Femi Fani-Kayode, and the rest, so that they can help you fix this country. You understand? We still have our sister out there who is the director of the World Bank, of the World Trade Organization. You can talk to her and appeal to her and see if she can help you raise $1 or $2 billion from the IMF or from the World Bank or even from Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. Let's see what we can do to cushion this economy. And for some of you who have turned into crime because Buhari destroyed this country, you are now going into kidnapping, you are now going into armed robbery, you are now going into banditry. Your days are numbered, because when Tinubu comes back from France, he's going to deal with each and every one of you. I can assure you that, because it is Buhari, your brother, who destroyed this country. For 6 good months, for many years, he shut down the borders of this country in the name of he wants to stop rice importation, in the name of he wants to stop people importing goods into this country. He was targeting Igbo businesses. He did not appoint any minister for 6 good months. The economy shut down. We went into 2 recession under Buhari. You did not protest. You did not see the need to protest. You kept calm. You say, Sai Baba, Sai Buhari. But just 8 months of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you want to burn this. No. Nobody will burn this country down. We will stand on this mandate. And for you obedient, I would like each and every one of you to excuse yourself from this very politics. Please excuse yourself. You have not earned the credit to play this kind of politics. We are going to play it. We are going to protect our own. Tinubu is our own. We will protect our brother the same way you, Northerners, your brother Buhari, when he was destroying this country, when over $100 billion was looted out of this country, so that you have a taste of politics, so that you have a taste of democracy that you wished on other Nigerians, so that you know that Nigeria belongs to each and every one of us, that when something happens to one, everyone should come out and condemn it. Everyone should come out and stand against evil. If Shetima is the president of Nigeria today and Nigeria is burning down, will you people protest? In Plateau State, on December 25, over 200 people were killed in Plateau State. How many of you protested? How many of the politicians in Niger State who are orchestrating this protest, how many of them spoke out or condemned the activities? Are some of you not supposed to be part of the Middle Belt? Are some of you not supposed to be part of the Northern Elders Forum or Arewa? You did not remember people from Plateau State You did not remember people from Benue State that have been butchered in their thousands. You did not remember people who have been killed in Nasarawa. You did not remember that your governor said that federal government should not retaliate over the death of military officers who were killed in Plateau State. In your own state, you did not protest the insecurity in Kaduna Abuja highway. But it is now that because you are hungry, go and fast. And then you want to disrupt the country. If you're actually doing it in honestly, I will support it. But we can see that this is politically motivated. Because maybe somebody wants an appointment and Emiloko from his senses and his wisdom have seen that this person does not deserve any appointment. Now you want to destroy the country. Some of you have gone to go and collect change. You want to, no, you can't do that. Not under our watch. We Southern watchdogs, we protect our own. We protect Emiloko. And for some of you Ronus who do not understand the politics that is being played, instead of you to continue to pray for Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, you decided to throw him under the bus, including one Olaiya Igwe, who went to the sea or ocean to go and naked himself and wish Nigerians and wish Tinubu on Nigerians. Under 8 months, you could not stand on the mandate. You are complaining about hardship. Now Ogu go kill your papa Olaiya. Is this how you throw your brother under the bus? Now Ogu go kill your papa. Ogu, you see Ogu, you understand what Ogu is.
You don't do that. You don't.
Ogu will deal with you. And all you Ronus who were laughing at us before and saying that it doesn't matter, that master strategist, we need to use his brain. Let's use his brain. Let's enjoy this thing. If you complain, see, if you run your papa, you understand? You see somebody with fake certificates should rule this country. No problem. Let's enjoy the fakeness. I am enjoying it. You said P2B will never be the president of this country. Good and fine. Some people said instead of P2B to become the president of this country, they would rather die. Bandits, kidnappers, no problem. See, this dividends of democracy is going to go around, and there's no amount of Dr. Barry's that will stop this dividends of democracy from going around. I'm being honest now, and I'm being serious. Dr. Barry, I've heard you, I've watched you, I've listened to you speak on Mike on with Shenwo Kimbaloye. Yes, you are very, very vocal. I see you are very, very energetic, but please, this democracy, this dividends of democracy must go around. The same way the people who shouted Sai Baba in 2015 enjoyed it, the Ronus are going to enjoy it. Please, we cannot, you can see, I believe in dividends of democracy, like equal rights. It must go around equally. So that at the end of the day, every Nigerian would
Danny, start rounding up.
Would have suffered enough.
Before you give these people high BP, start rounding up before you give them high BP.
Would have suffered enough and would have understand that politics is all about picking the best. It's not about going to say, this person is my brother. It's not about saying, Emiloko. It is not about saying, it is our turn. It is not about going and chasing both people in Lagos and destroy their properties and stop people from voting during an election because they want to express their rights. We are not going to fight. We are non-violent people, but we, the watchdogs, will keep an eye on this country and make sure that everybody enjoy this loot equally, once and for all. Thank you very much. This is my last submission for the day. Goodbye. Good night, everyone.
Danny, you cannot come and shake the table. You cannot come and start breaking tables left, right, and center. You're telling us good night. You go stay here. Oh my goodness. And you know how many people go down the tell you go thunder fire you see with what you're saying. Anyways,
if you're telling me thunder fire me, send that thunder to France. Direct the thunder. If you don't know, I can give you the address. I know where the people you need thunder to fire. I can go and fire them because it's not getting to me.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Thank you very much, Daniel. I swear everything you said, even though it's sarcasm in a way, but everything you said is for me. I stand by it. I mean, in as much as we have some people suffering about with it and all that, but then make everybody chop, have a taste of the medicine. Since they said we are 4 people sitting in the room, right? Now how many of them they cry? So let's continue to watch. Let's continue to watch. And I believe maybe one day they are the ones that would be the repentant souls will be the one to chase the man out of that seat. But for now, I'm enjoying the whole the whole submission. Danny, I know say you don't spike some people. Okay, you just have to hold on, please, Captain. Captain, please, you have the mic. After Captain, then okay, we'll go. Then we'll have a new queue. Please.
Nasa,
Sir? Sir?
Captain not speak before. Okay, Chuku, the same thing. Michael Jackson, he has not spoken. Oladeyo, he never speak.
Where is Michael Jackson? Where is Michael Jackson? Where's Michael Jackson?
Habib never speak. Captain and Dogi don't speak before. The crews don't speak before. We have like my DM. In fact, somebody have like call me. I don't know if they just allow your boyfriends to speak on this place or your those with the caution. It has to stop. I beg. Michael Jackson.
Okay.
Michael Jackson, I beg, how you doing? You go to Michael Jackson, then Olade or
Imperfect novice. I just want to take 30 seconds, then I will go down. I know to get plenty time.
Okay, make it snap your break. After you
yes, I've been one.
Hold on, please. After you, we'll go to Michael Jackson. After him, come to Ola, then come to Habib. I beg that form, I beg. Nasa, everybody now. Okay, don't speak before. The groove don't speak before. I beg. Let us have new speakers. I beg. Then give my DMs for the complaint. No vex. Thank you. Captain, I beg. 30 seconds. Then MJ.
Bros, brother Barry. No verse, my brother. If you know they get 24 hours electricity for where you dey for Nigeria, they get food they very, very cheap. Everything is going very, very well for me in Nigeria. And Tinubu is the Federal Republic president of Nigeria. On his mandate, I stand. Do you understand? On October 10, 2020.
You as a person.
Excuse me now.
Relax,
my talk finish.
For
now.
we as Nigerians and
no
we as
go
obedient,
argue
well-meaning Nigerians,
October
Ahmed
10.
Bola Tinubu remains an illegitimate
October
president
10.
of Nigeria. And there's
Tinubu
nothing
is the
sweet
president
about
of
being in
Nigeria. There is nothing you can do about it. October 10, 2020. October 10, 2020. Scores of Nigerians were killed. Why they were protesting? They were called terrorists. They were called different kinds of things. Right? And today, according to the Constitution of Nigeria, protesting is constituting public nuisance and disturbing public peace. Anybody who protests in Nigeria is a terrorist. Anybody who comes here and tells us we should protest, you're a terrorist. You should be behind bars. You're a criminal. You're a miscreant. Yes. Now me talk them. And if you talk them too much, I will tag the DSS and the police and they will come after you. There is nothing you can do about it. Nobody must
DSS,
run.
I'm here. Tag the DSS. The
Nobody
whole world
must run.
knows that we
No, you see,
protested against the criminality
APC is
of
doing right.
our elections
Since
and nothing
2000
happened. We were
since
on the street
2014.
from the first day of the day INEC
If you go and
announced their
protest, Mr. Barry,
illegitimate
I will make sure I
results
call
and
the
nothing
DSS
happened.
on you. I will make sure.
Call the DSS
will
to
make
punish
sure.
your father, idiot. Call the DSS.
Thank you so
If
much.
you
Captain, you've taken like 2 minutes. You said in 30 seconds. Thank you so much. We don't hear.
Imperfect. That man
We
just
don't hear what you talk now. It's okay. It's okay. Sorry, no vex. I beg. Now, I'm here and same time I'm not here. Captain, now just aside, sarcasm aside, some people now so with the pass by now, they hear waiting on their talk. In fact, waiting all this sarcasm now, in next 3 years, when the campaign will start again, and these Abadurians, these shameless APC supporters, they'll go, they must have recorded all these things now. They will take out the campaign say, well, you guys were saying that Tinubu was working hard. They're not going to tell people it's not sarcasm,
Imperfect. You know what thing they pay me pass be say? We think say we wait for South, we sabi play politics, we they learn work.
Okay, it's okay.
Because during these people, their time, then go close mouth, watch you.
they die. They
Okay.
You see, when I say when I be Mr. I don't know whether Mr. Barry and Christian. It is saying you read Bible pass.
Okay.
Maybe you read Bible pass. So.
It's okay. It's okay. Let's move on, please. It's okay. Everybody calm down. I'm begging. MJ, I think you should go next. After you should be Ola, then come to. I called somebody earlier on. What did that person name? That guy the guy left or he went down to listener section. Okay, MJ, you go first. Then after you come to Ola. Thank you.
Oh, thank you very much, Prophet. Good evening, everyone. It's been a while. I haven't been on this spaces in a few days, I guess. Anyway, I've been enjoying the conversation so far. I just want to comment on a few things I've heard while I was here. I'm not sure at what point we actually demarcated Nigerians in diaspora and Nigerians in Nigeria. From the best of my knowledge and in my own humble opinion, there is absolutely no difference. It doesn't make any difference to me if you're in Nigeria or outside Nigeria. We're all Nigerians. Whatever consequence that comes in Nigeria is suffered by every single one of us. So if we're saying that we expect a certain demographic, we expect the people in Nigeria to do something before we can support them, before we can join in, or before we can do whatever, that's being hypocritical. Because what exactly are you expecting, or what are our expectations in general? What do we expect people in Nigeria to do? All right, there's a lot that can be done from the very beginning. Since the last protest that happened in Nigeria, which was in October of 2020, since then, it suffices to say that Nigeria has been defeated in every sense, in every form, in every way. We are a defeated people. All right, the fact that a certificate forging drug peddler, a man who cannot be president anywhere else in the world, is your president, and neither the Nigerians in diaspora or the Nigerians in Nigeria had anything to do about it. Of course, we had a lot to say. The question is, what did we actually do about it? Nothing. All right? The man is still in power. So we cannot come here and apportion blames and saying, oh, Nigerians are not ready. We're all Nigerians. We're all not ready. There is no they and us. We're all the same. Okay? So until that actually changes, this is not something you can protest your way out of. The mess in Nigeria, there is no election that will save you. All right? There is no protest that will save you. What you need is an actual revolution. Like heads need to roll. I'm not asking you to do anything to anybody. I'm just stating facts. You cannot protest or vote your way out of this mess. There are more serious things needs to be done. All right? Some of us witnessed the Arab Spring in our lifetime. Those who didn't at least read or heard about it. But the point remains that Nigeria as a country, the way that it is, it requires a collective effort, not even to rescue the country. For there to be any hope of rescuing the country, it's not even a guaranteed rescue. The fact that we are still saying, oh, this person has to do that, or this one has to do that, it doesn't work that way. All right? Even with our collective effort, it is not guaranteed that we can do anything to save this country. The least we can do is try. Okay? So that is that. And talking about protest, well, as people have already said, it's not today Nigeria became as terrible as it is today. It's been like this for a while. We had terrible 8 years. And the most devastating thing about Nigeria, and Nigerians by extension, is the fact that you could survive 8 abominable years of Buhari, 8 good years of gnashing of teeth and suffering. You survive that shit only to somehow end up with Emilokon and be calm about it. It's like when they say you're pushing someone to the war. I don't think there is a war for us. Somehow we managed to go into the war. I don't get it. If that was not the last straw that broke the camel's back, I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, I don't know what will be the last straw. All right? If Tinubu decides tomorrow that Nigeria is too populated and he kills 10 million citizens randomly, whoever is alive, whoever survives, will still do nothing about that. That is how defeated we are as a people. So we must face the reality in all honesty. It's not time to beat about the bush. I don't see anything that is supposed to happen to anger a people that has not happened in Nigeria. The things that Nigerians take, I don't think any other country would take that. Okay? I see people here, they're lamenting, they're complaining about their government, and they're going on strike, they're doing a lot of things. I'm like, now wow. I cannot relate. I don't feel relate at all. Because where we are from, we are so used to being oppressed, it has become the new norm that nobody's even trying to emancipate. We're not even trying to emancipate ourselves anymore. We have given up hope. We are just there. That's how it is now. May they do it in their life, we will survive. They'll not be God. Some foolish statements that we used to give ourselves some sort of hope. But at the end of the day, until we actually do something about this, we need a revolution. I don't know where or how it's going to start, but that is what we need. Okay, so who want protest, make it a protest. Who don't want protest, make it sit down for us. The people in Mina that are protesting, I'm very sure it's not today the hardship started. But of course, it's a southern president, so let them go ahead by all means. Okay, during Buhari's tenure, who was tying the legs of the South to protest? Shebi una look on the whole una leg. When Buhari they suffer and make una no protest, anybody is a free word. Anything you want to do, go and do it. There is no guarantee whatever you're doing is going to work anyway, but at least do something. Don't just sit there and fold your hands. That's all I have to say. Thank you very much, Jared.
All right, thank you. Sorry, please hold on for me, please. Okay, who just spoke now? Who just spoke now? Michael Jackson, so you're the one. All right. Thank you. For that submission. Okay, we have Oladayo. Please go ahead. Imperfect, please, can you help bring up Justice and Ifani? I don't know. I can't bring them up. Oladayo, please go ahead. 5 minutes, please. Thank you.
Good evening,
Go ahead.
everyone. Good evening. I've been observing a lot of speakers that have spoken so far, and they have different views and different objectives. But what I can observe is that I realize that many of these speakers are still living in the past, like they are being hurt. And I realize that the result of the tribalism that our politicians have used as a weapon against one another in this country has affected a lot of Nigerians. The tribalism, the nepotism. So if we are still living in this past, there's no way we can move forward. There's a particular speaker that spoke about, I think this is Oge God. She spoke about what we can do. If you check the result of the last election, fine, that was a very nice pull-out vote for Peter Obi, but you realize that there are a little change. The suffered, the hardship actually changed the mindset of a lot of people, not only in the south or in the southeast or in the southwest. We have a lot of voters who are Nigerians who voted for Peter Obi in the north and in the north central. It shows that some people are actually learning, just like how someone used to say, he said you will learn the hard way. And someone said that maybe we have not reached that particular point, maybe we have not suffered a lot, because fine, we have some people in the remote areas that you will still realize that the kind of brain they have, what they are still thinking of, you still wonder why they are still voting for this particular people. So, but my point is, we cannot fold hands. If we don't want to work Peter Obi and that he did to pull out that kind of vote last election, then if we are now still living in the past, talking about how we are being hurt, everybody's being hurt here. Everybody is being hurt. How we say that, okay, Igbos are the one affecting this one, Igbos are the one being attacked, Yorubas are the one being attacked. I want to say that everybody, if you want to mention names, no leaders that have governed this country that has not contributed to the worst situation we are going through right now. No leaders. So it is not about the tribe. Let's just heal. let us heal from that particular narratives about the tribalism. And because I realize a lot of speakers have been spoken because maybe their tribe has been sectioned to be part of the people that have been affecting or that have been contribute to the backwardness of the country or so or whatever. So my point is, please let us do something, just like what the last speaker said. Let us try and do something. Let us go to the remote area. I know that what we are facing now, if the hardship we faced during the 8 years of Buhari did not touch some people, this one, just look at what we are facing now. It's not even, it's not, I think it's not multiplied by 2. It is more than double. So I think God knows that if we don't want to learn through the hardship of the past 8 years of Buhari, and it has prepared another one for us, very one prepared, and it's not even up to 8 months. We can see the changes. We can see how prepared this hardship. That means that the rigid mind that is yet to understand that we cannot go far with this tribalism and nepotism, that they have to learn. You can say, okay, like what someone said, that the Northern, they refused to protest when the insurgency was going on, even in the North. But when the hunger comes in, now they come out and protest. Okay, let's see. That is their own. That is what that can tackle them. But one thing I'm sure is that for us now that want to go Nigeria, that want it to work, whether Nigeria will work, like Dr. Barry said, Nigeria will not work if you think it will work in blah, blah, blah. What is the assurance that if you protest, these people will even make your protest work? Now, the safest way we can go about is to try our own best to make sure that we start making things work within ourselves, change our narratives, and go away with the past. This tribalism or nepotism that we have seen still putting in our mind, that many of us are being hurt about that. So we should just stop it. So let us try and move forward so that we can actually make the effort of Peter Obi and that the word they made. It was surprising. Even the other parties know that was actually a good turnout. And it shows that everybody across the country, nooks and crannies of the country, voted for, irrespective of the tribe. So it shows that some people have actually learned. And someone said, if we want to be sincere, we realize that Peter Obi actually won the election. So for Peter Obi to win the election, it shows that people from other tribes actually voted, not from your own tribe alone, from other tribes. I have voted for Peter Obi. I'm a Yoruba person. I campaigned for Peter Obi. I know how I know what I faced trying to tackle my fellow Yoruba guys, even the learned one, the graduates one, talk less of all these old people that are in remote areas. I was unable to actually change their mind. But after this election, after this 6 months, I am going back to them and I actually went back to some of them and said, see, this is not about our son. This is about what everybody will face. Now I can boldly tell them now that, okay, now, how much are you now buying your own fuel? How much are you buying this? How much are you buying that? So now let us just try our best. I know that we are getting there. This last election actually makes me feel like, okay, something can still work. If you think protest will work, I actually doubt that. I doubt that. I don't know, maybe we can have a round table seat, and maybe in Nigeria we split and go our ways. So I don't know. So, but I hope that things turn out good. So we just have to keep pushing. That's all I want to say.
All right, thank you very much, Oladayo. Thank you for that submission. Okay, we'll go to Amini. Anini. Good evening.
Yeah.
Sorry, Anini,
everyone.
hold on. Sorry, Anini, hold on. Imperfect. Go ahead, please.
This indicates.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Imperfect.
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you so much.
All right.
Nasa,
Habib, go
good
ahead.
evening.
Good evening,
Sugar
Habib.
Uncle, good evening. I wonder why you left the ex-seminarian name to Sugar Uncle. The country is growing tougher. You're shifting to sugar. Well, that's okay. I want to say this here before I make a comment. Before Easter, a dollar will be 2,000 naira. Go and mark it somewhere. 2,000 naira
Please,
to a
can you
dollar.
stop? Can
You're
you
not
stop making?
you're
Can you
not the
stop making that
president I have
prophecy?
said.
Let me now say as a 2023 election, the person who would have solved the problem of Nigeria is Peter Obi. But then Peter Obi won the election and was denied the privilege of leading this country. So we've gone past that. Now, there are two things that can solve the problem of this country as of today from my own data analysis. Number one is revolution. Number two is dividing the country. Now, revolution in the sense that someone like Sowore should lead the march, not a protest. A protest will not get this thing well. You may end up protesting and promises being made like that Buhari made to end SARS protesters. Until today, nothing has been done about it. So protests will not solve this problem. We must remove from the executive to the legislative to the judiciary, remove all of them from the system through a revolution. Because if you keep saying a protest, you won't get the desired result. Now, I heard somebody here saying that when Buhari was in power, the North were not complaining. The truth is, it's not true. The Northerners were speaking up. We were crying out, even though our voice was not much. But then, what can we do? We saw how the South came in over the matter. But even in the South, the number of persons that were speaking up in Buhari's time were looking a bit more politically intense because what's his name? Tinubu was preparing for his own time. So let nobody push this thing that it's a southern thing or a northern thing. Everybody is facing this same challenge. And like the last speaker said, the northern has voted P2P, the southern has voted P2P, and that was why he emerged with the number he had. So personally, I still believe that it's not a northern or a southern thing. Now, what can lead to this revolution? Number one is either we all agree and start making plans towards that. Personally, I'm still suggesting we meet or discuss with Sowore, plan with him. How do we get this thing done? That's one. Two, or we wait till the hunger knocks at everybody's door. Today, when you talk of insecurity, it's no more a poor man's affair. Even the king in Ekiti of recent, a woman was screaming that he was the one saying we should vote APC. Little did he know that the APC government, as of today, will eat his head. So it's not a thing of I have a bodyguard, I have money, I have this. As long as you are in this country, the challenges will force you out to join this revolution. So that is the second one Nigerians are waiting for now. You can see it in Niger State. Nobody mobilized anybody. It was hunger that brought them out. No politician mobilized the protests you are seeing in Niger. There is no politician. The hunger in town brought them out. You saw the women that were screaming all the way in Lagos when the president was driving past. It is hunger that is propelling that. Very soon, it will get to everybody's house. And by then, we will be looking for the Messiah that will lead the protest, which cannot be P2B. P2B cannot do anything at this moment. Until a revolution is done, then people like P2B or someone in those capacity can come in to fix the country. Second option is for us to go for division, regional government. Let everybody think of his territory. Because if we will be deceiving ourselves if we keep saying we are one. No, I still believe we are deceiving ourselves on that. We've not really agreed that we are one. You can imagine what happened in Plateau State. The northern senators never thought of it. Okay, let's put money together, let's put our resources together to go and sympathize with that community in Bokos. But when it happened in Kaduna, everybody rallied round. It's time to go there. Why? Because there is still that marginalization that the middle belt has not yet fully identified as the northerners. You take it down to the southwest. There was a bomb blast in the southwest, and then some persons are like, good. While others are like, no, it's not supposed. Ordinarily, if anything happens in Zamfara, in Borno, it should draw the attention of a southerner. Let's go and find out why Boko Haram is still there. But that spirit is not there. So we will only be deceiving ourselves by saying we are one country. No, we are not. We are not. It's either we remove those that are breaking this line and digging it deeper to expand their own agenda, or we take up the position of dividing this country into three. From the little I'm already seeing, if P2B had entered in 2023 even, I don't think there would be much he would have been able to do because of these corrupt people that will be in government with him. They would have frustrated him to the point that the only thing Nigerians will see is that he's curtailing expenditure and having little to show as achievement. But thank God for the God that sees all things. He knows that for us to get this thing to the root, there is a need for a revolution. I was just watching a clip now where Sowore was addressing the insecurity in the country in a meeting or a gathering of a nature, where he made a profound statement that I want to submit on this platform. Now, he pointed at the man that was prosecuting him for all kinds of treasonable cases and whatever, that dumped the case with the next prosecutor, and now that one is shouting a Miloko, forgetting that there were some principles that were guiding him in time past. Are those the people you want to go and protest before? Look at the news I'm getting this evening now that the chief judge of the nation is proposing his daughter-in-law as judge in Abuja. Why Abuja? After they went from Rivers State to Abuja Supreme Court and the case was in favor of Fubara and some issues were settled. Now for a payback now, there's a need for this government to allow the daughter sit in. Is this the people you want to go and protest to? Oh, come on, don't deceive yourself. There's nothing protest will do in this matter. It's a simple case. It's either we allow Tinubu to do his tenure in peace while we face the challenges and enjoy it while it lasts. Because me personally now, I've already made up my mind. There's this stamina I have because I didn't vote him. So I'm not feeling the pain, even though there is challenge, but I choose not to feel the pain. But for the person that voted him expecting something, obviously his house is on fire now. Even those that went to the sea to go and naked themselves today, they are busy shouting and crying. So those are the people that should be complaining. But for me, no, I'm only preparing my heart for two things. The day they say revolution, I will put on my revolution khaki and come out. The day they say we are dividing this country, I will come and draw the map where the division should start from and let everybody stay as a nation. Those are the two solutions. So the issue of people now saying whether the obedience are not, well, currently, I think what the obedience are doing is in order. We are only observing and criticizing when we should criticize. So nobody should blame an obedient for anything. To prove to you that Nigerians have not learned in the constituency of the current SSG, APC won. Go to almost all the by-elections, APC won. And you tell me these people are not happy with this government. Come on, let nobody deceive you. They are happy, even if they've placed themselves in strategic places. They are happy. So nobody should call the North for protesting. The people in Niger State are protesting because the hunger has gotten to their homes. Well, it's so amazing that we are the first to feel it. However, it will get to everybody's home. It may be in the North today. It will soon travel down south. It's coming. Everybody should prepare. It's coming. Before Easter, dollar will be 2,000. Go and keep this record so that you remember that I was the one that said it. At least let my followership increase for this particular one.
Habib, thank you.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you so much. And please, I need another female co-host, I beg. I need a female co-host, I beg.
Am I not enough for you?
You're not enough for them, please, not for me. You are here to serve them, not me. I beg. Okay,
Am I not enough for
Anini,
you?
Anini, you should be
Okay.
next. After you come to Saboteur, then Uche, then the groove. You've spoken before, but after Anini, Saboteur, Uche, then groove, then Ifeanyi. I beg that form. Thank you.
We saboteur.
Is it not what do you mean? Saboteur. Oh,
Shubola.
sorry, no best. Okay, Anini, go on, please. 4-5 minutes. Thank you. Is it even there? Anini, Anini is not there. Okay,
Somebody
Sabotua,
if we go there.
I beg, Nasa, call.
Shubola,
Shubola, maybe
Shukwe.
go on, I beg. You will look on.
All right, I bring you greetings, everyone. I am excited to be in this platform. I think this is my first time being here. Everyone has spoken absolutely well. Because of the economy that is biting us, I want to tell us that some of us are considering suicide. I have heard it from two of my friends when we were discussing. And these are people that are doing well. At least they are doing white collar job, just that the job is not paying well, and they are considering suicide. And I asked them, instead of considering suicide, and you definitely know you want to commit suicide, why not hit the streets and start a protest? After all, the 2010 of the protest we did for NSAS, it was started or orchestrated by selected young youths, and somehow it was led by a lady, and people were seeing what she was doing and how energetic she was from social media, and people picked it upon themselves and said, if this girl could do this, what am I sitting at home doing? So the revolution, according to what everyone has said, that it will not be televised. One of the speakers said two things, which I would also like to buttress on: the vision of this country or a revolution. Now, we all know that Tinubu doesn't even believe in one Nigeria. He said it before now. It is written and it is clear to everyone to see. If I'm in his shoes, I will share this country into 6 pieces. See, we cannot be deceiving ourselves. We have tried one Nigeria and it's not working. Why not let's try 6 Nigerians? That every zone, political zone, should go and do what? And lead themselves. And there is always the best comes out of competition, because competition has a way of bringing the best out of us. If I'm in Tinubu's shoe, if I finally succeed in this first term or I enter second term, on the 7th or 6th and half year, I will divide this country into 6 pieces. It is to our own good. Everybody who is here knows, either by conviction or by the experiences you've had, that this country will not work and cannot work. But each time we keep on believing and hoping that it will work, yet things are not turning up. The same, what's it called, issue that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stated, I was never a time I had the same ideology with him. I was against his speech right from time. In fact, I had issue with my own elder brother. He has to tell me to leave his house because he believes in one Nigeria, because he believes in Nnamdi Kanu, and I believe in one Nigeria. He told me during my school days. Leave his house. Why would I be talking of one Nigeria? Why he believes in Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm living under his roof. But today, everything has happened, and I am not a child. And it is definitely an evidence that this country will not work. It cannot work. I don't know if we should call it. I don't know.
Sabotua, could you please ask ask that person shouting on that background if in the buy
Sorry.
bag of rice for 15k or in the buy fuel for 120 naira per liter. Things are hard. People still have energy to shout and speak that way. Who is that person? I beg. Is he a Nigerian?
He has taken his leave.
Yeah. Go on.
So the thing is this: we are being killed, just like I stated earlier before, that people are considering suicide, and it's not a mere thing. People are taking poison. People are dying in their houses because these ones are not being televised or captured on social media, but the economy is biting us. That's a statement of fact. The consequences of the negligence of people seeing that because an Hausa man is on the throne, so they will not protest or they will not do anything against their own. Since it's their own that is suffering them, they will take it wholeheartedly. But as soon as the baton changed hand, it is now Tinubu, the Northerners want to protest. And there has been one particular tribe that has been bearing all the brunt of this issue, the Igbo nation. These particular tribes, they have been a scapegoat. They've been killed on different occasions. If Nigerian cough, an Igbo man must go down. If Nigerian bat, an Igbo man must go down. If Nigerian happy, an Igbo man must go down. If Nigerian they sad, an Igbo man must go down. The things that our parents told us about the Biafran War or the Nigerian Civil War, we thought it was a heresy. We thought it was heresy. But it is now happening in our own time. And somehow, we've been handicapped. We can't help it. When we thought we would have been able to pull a string was NSAS protests. And somehow, we were cut short. If we don't divide this country, I think those who are closer to Tinubu should tell him this. Divide this country in your second tenure or divide it in your first tenure at the end. Division of this country is as easy as ABCD. If the person handling the mantle at that particular time decides to do it. Why it has not happened is because the person who is the president at any particular time does not want to do it. Now, before Tinubu got into power, he was talking about restructuring. He has gotten into power. The word restructuring has suddenly disappeared into the thin air. It does not exist. It has never been spoken. And it does not make any sense. If you can't restructure the country, divide the country. They came into power without any plan, and all of us are suffering. It doesn't make any sense. The two things I will say before I yield the mic is, let us speak, the youth. You are saying one Nigeria, people are dying in different places, both the elite, both the middle class, both the children. Just like Nnamdi Kanu stated from 2014 or 15, that a time will come that our women will be raped, our children will be killed, our farms will be destroyed. These things are happening in our own eyes. And people will come out and say, one Nigeria. If Nigeria exists as one, we will keep on dying. And it will be turn by turn death. And if it gets to your doorstep, if social media captured it, we will know what of the ones that social media did not capture. It doesn't make any sense. So please, I will encourage the youth to also try and tell people in power they should consider dividing this country into 6 pieces. Why I'm saying 6 pieces is that the people of South does not want to go with the people of Southeast. The middle belt does not want to attach with the people of the North. And Southwest is on their own. So if they don't agree for 6 tribes, after all, there are Western countries who are 5 million and lesser that are countries, they are nations, they have their sovereignty. So, and we are 200 or 220 million people in Nigeria. If you divide us into 6, we are still more than 5 million. This is my submission. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Shubala. Thank you very much for your submission. Okay,
I
I wanted to ask.
disagree. The unity of Nigeria is what's non-negotiable.
Anyways, Shubala, you were saying we should tell the youth. Sorry, I'm not going to ask you how old you are because first of all, you're a man, and I will not want to disrespect you by asking you that question. But then, aren't you a youth? Because from your voice, you sounded like a youth. I don't know, you might be married, but then, you're not up to 40, if I'm not mistaken. Aren't you a youth? Can't you also, lend your voice, if you don't mind me asking? And secondly, imperfect. What come the this thing? So I posted what sorry what oh oh God, was Field Marshal, watched it on the Jumbotron. Yes, I do. What happened? Can you imagine the fire, like after effect?
Which
This is
fire?
crazy. I don't exactly now the same. I don't know
The
if
one,
it's the
the
one
one
that
in
happened in
Aja.
Aja. I think so. I don't know. Like I'm saying a Cisco something something. Is this Cisco factory or something like that? Man,
I
yeah.
don't know. Nigeria.
Within the space of 2 months.
We can't tell. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't want to say it about it.
No. Within the space of 2 months, fire everywhere. Ibadan, the explosion and voila. Okay, Uche, please. I think you're the next person to go. Please, you have the mic. Good evening.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Good evening, the host. Good evening, NASA. It's good to be here. Thank you for giving this opportunity to air my views. Now, I'll start by saying that I have lived in the north, south, east, and whenever it comes to politics or an election, Igbos are at the receiving end. Now, why do I say this? I was arguing with somebody this evening, and I told the person that if you're an Igbo man in Nigeria, because as we are talking, a protest is coming, and this protest is not coming from the east or south; it's coming from north. What we just saw today in Niger State is coming because these are the area, the poor areas in Nigeria, and believe me, they will not bear it. They will not bear it. Now, why am I saying this? If you're an Igbo man, please don't join any protest. Don't join any protest. Why do I say so? 2011, when we voted for Goodluck,
Sorry, is anyone speaking?
I don't know. I thought it was my own answer, but I was about asking you. Which are you there? Uche.
I can remember many people that were died, many houses that were burnt then. 2015 election, I was still in the north then. What happened? December 2014, most of us that are Igbos even in the north traveled because of the tension.
Uche, sorry, is it just me or she's breaking? Uche, Mercy.
He's breaking. I think he has dropped off. He's having network issues.
Okay, Uche Mercy, I don't know. Your network is it's not that good. Maybe just leave and come back if possible, okay? I beg, if I chuku, okay, God, everybody, moku wait, moku hear from Mr. Augustine, I beg. These are elder statesmen, I beg, eh? All right, and Mr. Augustine, how are you doing today, sir? Happy New Year, sir. Sorry, Mr. Gosner, are you there?
Oh, Happy New Year, house.
Hi, thank you, sir. Domo, sir.
What was it? I'm really impressed with you, Mr. Imperfect. I see you're not sugar. However,
Thank you
I
so
still
much.
follow, and I greatly appreciate what you're doing for
Thank you so much.
Nigeria as a whole, holding this town hall meeting. What you're doing is like checking the polls of Nigerians, both in diaspora and in Nigeria, what they're thinking. However, it's the same thoughts revolving over and over. Nigerians are very educated, we all know. There are some PhD holders in this house. They have gone through this. They have rational, reasonable faculties. The problems are there. We all know the problems are there. We see them, we feel them, we experience them. We can talk from now to next year, nothing is going to change, which is agreed. However, there are possible solutions to this, like some speakers have said. Like going back to our regional basis, that's one possible solution. Let's go regroup and all come back together if we feel we can make Nigeria work. Because there's nothing like one Nigeria now. I was around as a young man during the Civil War. We had, slogans like go on with one Nigeria. I was around. The war came to the front of my house on Mission Road in Benin City. I was here, Forestry, Murtala Mohammed, and all these people. The problem we have in Nigeria is still the invasion of Uthman Dan Fodio. The war that's been going on for 400 years. And it won't stop. The only people that tried to stop it was the Benin Empire. Up to either war, we tried to block them. However, the British came and turned everything around and tried to bring us back because they were getting everything. I'm not going to waste everybody's time today. That's the basis of our problem. That's the foundation of our problem. Having said that, if we can now go back either to our regional series, which was the kingdoms, and let's do the same democracy under the kingdoms by appointing prime ministers. They have it in Britain, it's still working up to now. Nothing changed. But they came over to change us and destroyed us, dividing tribes into different countries. One single homogeneous tribe into 4 or 5 different countries. How can it work? The Fulanis have no space there. They are migrating. They want space. And they are succeeding so far. They don't want Nigeria to work. But who's aiding and abetting? The same colonial master. If we don't let go back to our own system, try to come up with the cabinet system, and let's restart from there. Otherwise, we're going to keep talking in circles. Then Tinubu, Obi, there's Buhari. But those people don't care. They want Nigeria not to, come together. They are saying one Nigeria. That's not true. They want the whole Nigeria for themselves. That's all. So let me leave you guys. I'm still listening. And thank you very much for giving me this space. I monitor everything from Nigeria. I wish I can help. There's nothing anybody can do at this time. It's either they kill you or they silence you. Anybody will go on the street, last resort, they bring out the guns. What can you do? So I yield the mic for now. Thank you so much for the honor. Thank you, Mr. Imperfecto Sugar. I'm still here listening. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us with your wisdom and everything. Thank you so much. So our own mission road and ring roads, the war got to that place. Wow, interesting. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, that's how they go next.
Okay, that should be. Hold on, sorry. I think that should be the group. Yeah, the group.
Then we go to fine. Thank you.
Justice on network. Sorry, the group. Hold on. Is it network issues Justice is having? Because I've been trying to bring them up. I don't know.
Yeah, network issues.
Okay, and secondly, a quick one, please. If you come to the speaker section, please do go to just mute, okay? Ochiko, your mic was on whilst Mr. Austin was speaking, and it was kind of glitching in my ear. Thank you. Go ahead.
Yes. So thank you again. I believe Oge God wanted to say something. She interrupted you, NASA, after I spoke the other time, and I felt like she wanted to say something regarding what I said. But I'm sorry. As we'll still speak on this space right now. Emilio Pon is still on vacation, and on his mandate we stand. I will say it again. So, regarding what I said the other time about religion and stuff, yeah, I'm only saying it from my point of view. You understand? So I don't know how it is for the old Nigerians. Like I can only speak for like the Southwest where I grew up, and like I literally experienced everything firsthand. So today now I came across a tweet where the GO of the Redeemed Church said we need to pray against. Those are ludicrous things that should not even be coming out from like adults, like grown adults. Because when you look at it from like a life perspective, you understand that there are working systems placed in to do all these things. You don't need to pray. You don't need to, first of all, pray before you see a working system. First of all, these people are like influencers. They are the people. I'm sorry, Sugar Uncle, you wanted to say something.
You see,
Did you just call him? Did you just call him sugar mommy?
I said Sugar Uncle. Sugar Uncle, do you want to say something?
Yes, yes.
I hate sugar mommy.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you, though.
Are you a Christian?
Of course, I am a Christian.
Do you go to church?
Yes, I go to church.
Are you aware that
of course.
God and angel that asked him to say such, and not him speaking from his mouth?
Oh, it was God that asked him to say.
People should learn to respect men of God in Nigeria.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's God that asked him to say. Okay. So when Nigerians were dying, God didn't ask him to say. Okay, let's just move past that. But then I just wanted to say,
Imperfect, you're not kidding me. I beg you.
anytime
it is God.
please, anytime I'm thinking about this thing,
God, not my anointed. God, not my anointed.
I'm only speaking about this thing from my own perspective. Yeah, I grew up like in the Southwest, did education in the Southwest, so I can literally tell you firsthand. Taking Ekiti State for as an example now, Ekiti State has like the higher amount of professors, and you cannot tell me that none of them is able to sit down critically and influence the decision of the Ekiti State people at large. The only thing they know in their head is just tribalism, tribalist ideas. That's the only thing most of them know over there. And when you go deep into their society, you find out that for 10 years, some villages in that state don't have power, don't have good road networks. They're like suffering, but the only thing they know how to say is God. Let's pray to God. Let's do. These are things that I think the older generation. I mean, people came on here and were saying like, let's start the revolution. Let's do the. We need to purge some people away from Nigeria before we see the greater good of this country. Some people need to be purged. Like you don't need to open their eyes. Like some people are grown up enough to see that these bad things are happening. I don't know. Maybe they're really denying it, but. What I can say, to be honest, yeah, why we're all clamoring for Obi in a case where Emilio Con and Shitman don't, well, obviously, like they need to hand over power or resign in a case where, right, the mess and the shit Obi will have to deal with will be enormous. Because I can't even lie, even if they leave at the end of the 4 years tenure, and what's it called, Obi will have to go in. Now, this man will have to clear a lot of messed up. And if this revolution will not happen now, oh God, hey, now people are still suffering. I think I don't expect anything from a party where, let's take the lockdown as an example. This was where I knew the ability of this APC government to where they are so wicked. Like, how can you get funds, you get grants from different countries, world organizations, and then you watch people literally during the lockdown? I was seeing people starving, like on the road walking. They were like, we don't have anything to eat. These are actual Nigerians during the lockdown, because obviously there was no job. And for one useless Oba in Lagos State, I don't know why he's not dead now. That man, they should have gone to his place, beating Blue, but I don't know how God allowed him to escape. They should have beaten that man to the pump. That Oba of Lagos, or whatever his name is called. Now, because of that Oba now, that did not die that time. I think that's why 3 years out. Because all those rubbish people that will not see the truth.
The group, I beg, sorry, with all due respect, I beg, I'm not going to mind our choice.
Okay, sugar uncle.
Take your, I beg.
Okay, I'll choose them, right. But this is coming from a place of I don't know how to say it. Maybe it's anger, because lots of people came into this administration in their early 20s, yeah, and now 8 years of barriers gone, and now they're approaching their 30s. Most of them, they are clueless. They don't know what to do with their lives. Like, these are actual Nigerian youths that have literally wasted 8 years of their life. They've worked like continuously for the 8 years and literally have nothing to write home about than to gather funds and to leave the country. Do you understand? So I'm really like, I don't want to blame the older generation, because most of them, I see them on this space still clamoring for the right thing. But then we need to reject these old people that still come with the idea of one Nigeria, because it is not working. This thing is not working. Let Emilokon and Shitman just let them just ruin the country. We already accepted that they've won. They've won the election. Me, I'm still on the mandate, that the mandate should stand. But then they should just ruin the country once and for all, so that when they ruin it, many people, or the greater Nigeria, will see reason why most of these people are clamoring for the split of the regional government and stuff, because one Nigeria once again is not working. And to be honest, I agree with the last 3 people. I don't know if it was 3 or the speaker that spoke before, Sir Augustine, that they said the revolution thing. I really buy in it, because we just ordinary eyes. You can't cure the craze of Nigerians. You obviously cannot. So we have to give them by fire for fire now. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, the Groove. Thank you for your submission. Okay, good. Right?
Quickly, please. If
Okay.
anyone is having network issues,
Oh, okay. I thought he had spoken before. All right, fine, go ahead.
No. Can you hear me?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, actually, I would like to make my own little contribution on this matter that is going on. Well, I don't think Nigerian leaders or Nigerian politicians are actually the true problem of Nigeria. I think the true problem is the Nigerian citizens, who are so relaxed and so docile, who accepted a few people, let's say few leaders or politicians, to take over the country. Because you can't tell me that about 1 million people, or let's say thousands of leaders, will be able to defeat 2 million citizens of Nigeria. So the true problem of Nigeria is within the citizens of Nigeria. Because these leaders that we are mentioning today, they all come out of the section of ordinary citizens. So Nigerian citizens remain the problem of Nigeria. Whenever they are ready to take over their country, I believe they'll be able to do that. So the leaders are not really the problem of Nigeria. Then on the area of those who have been mentioning about moving on as one Nigeria and a single entity, believe you me, I really don't believe in Nigeria. I don't see myself as a Nigerian, and I've given up on Nigeria as a country. Nigerians are so loud. They think they are smart. They think they are brilliant. They think they are the best in Africa. But they really need to go around African countries. They need to go within some small countries, small islands, country like Swaziland. They need to see how advanced those countries is. That even the capital territory of Nigeria, which is Abuja lacks some basic amenities or systems. There is people are still drilling borehole and all that. Those are things that you cannot find in all these little countries within Africa. So I wonder why we should keep on deceiving ourselves, believing that we are the giant of Africa, whereas in real sense, we are very backward. Once a diaspora or any country gives a Nigerian the opportunity to shine or to excel, that's when you see them claiming to be the best in in everything. Whereas within their own territory, they are totally failures, and they have failed to improve. They have failed to achieve anything good. So people have been talking about protesting, marching, coming together, to speak out and all that. I really don't see it making sense. It doesn't worth it. Why I'm saying that is that a lot of things has transpired in Nigeria. There is no history in the schools. How can we have a better future without remembering the past? How can we plan for the future without the past? How possible is that? Why should people talk about protest, about gathering, speaking out at this point, when they fail to do that when Yesuwike was busy killing the Igbos in Obi? Why should I personally be concerned about what is going on in Plateau State or somewhere in Nigeria, people protesting for hunger, when the people of my state, Imo State, are being slaughtered on a daily basis by Ebubaga men and all that? People are dying in the east. I'm being honest with you. On a daily basis, we are losing about 1,000 people at a time. The Fulani herdsmen are busy rampaging the whole area, the whole territory. So why should I be concerned about something happening somewhere else, even when the one that is happening within my own territory has been accepted to be a norm? So Nigeria should just bow down their head in shame and they move on. Believe you me. So talking about protests and all that, I don't see them working or saving Nigeria. Telling people to move on when Nigeria killed the Biafrans, committed a genocide, if not the most second genocide in the world after the Jewish Holocaust. So after killing our people, you expect us to move on as one Nigeria. You expect us to forgive and forget and to move on as one entity. You expect me to forgive you for killing my uncles. You guys expect us to forgive Nigerians and move on as one Nigeria. Well, from all indication, there is no remedy to the problem of Nigeria, and there will never be. Nigerians, clergy people, the clergymen have contributed massively to the destruction and the indoctrination of Nigerians. In fact, they are worse than the Nigerian politicians. Those are the GOs and clergymen. They have been using religions, to trap our people more. And the Nigerians has as well failed to emancipate themselves from all these religious talks and mafias, siphoning the wealth of Nigeria. That is why in Nigeria we have, in the whole world, Nigeria is the only country providing the largest auditorium in the whole world. They are the ones providing the richest pastors in the whole world. Yet they have failed to improve. So why should a Nigerian keep on sabotaging himself? I really don't see any solution. If I am to suggest for one, I think it would be better for Nigeria to split. I'm not a party of P2B. I'm an Igbo guy. I don't support P2B. I don't support Tinubu. I don't support Atiku. I don't support any politician in Nigeria. These guys are coming from the same corrupt system. P2B is a member of from Apoga to PDP before he joined the APC. Tinubu was a member of PDP before he joined
Ifeanyi,
the
please.
APC.
Allowing better, yeah. PTB not for APC, I beg. PTB is not a member of APC.
Okay, but he was
PDP then Labour Party,
campaigning.
not APC. Yeah.
Sorry. Labour Party, yeah. Thank you for that correction, yeah. So I'm not a fan of any of all these parties because these are the same people. Okay, let's assume P2B is going to do well if he's given the chance to lead Nigeria. So after leading Nigeria for 8 years, making Nigeria, a better place to be and all that. He will then hand over the same system to Katoria, who will use stick to rule Nigeria. The Katoria will end up messing up the whole system again. Our Nigerians will start looking over for someone else to come and get Nigeria fixed.
Okay.
Why should we keep on patching Nigeria? Nigeria. Nigeria is done.
Thank you so much.
Nigeria is heading to the same direction that Nandikan has prophesied. It's on its way to Somalia.
All right, thank you so much.
So I believe the best remedy is to divide Nigeria. Let people go.
Okay.
We should go back to the way we were.
Thank you so much.
That's my own submission. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, okay, God, please.
All right.
4 minutes, I beg.
Imperfect.
Imperfect. It's my turn now. They say 4 minutes. It is
You have
well.
spoken before, please. 5 minutes. You might likely be the last speaker, actually. So go on, please. I have tried for today.
Oh, well done, sir. You don't try. Okay. I actually had questions for Williams and then something to say to Groove. Unfortunately, they are all not here anymore. Anyway, to Williams, just in case he'll be able to get back and listen to this recording, I was going to ask him if he was born in the diaspora or if he was born in Nigeria. Sorry, somebody's mic is...
He was born in Nigeria. Solomon, please mute your...
Okay. If he was born in Nigeria, what did he do to make Nigeria better before he left for the diaspora? Because coming on...
He was like 13.
So what did he do? Because at 13, you are already a young adult. He's a teenager. What did he do?
I disagree, sir. I disagree, man.
It's okay for you to disagree, but I will still ask him that question. Okay, even when he went to the diaspora and grew up in the diaspora, grew into an adult in the diaspora, getting all the knowledge, what did he do with it to make Nigeria better? The second question is, what would he have done differently if he was in Nigeria? And then the third thing I wanted to say to him is, many times, because when he was talking, he talked about the elections, he talked about how much he invested, the money that diasporans invested in Nigeria during the elections, which will forever be appreciated. Every time and anytime we're going to talk about the fight we put up last year, we will forever appreciate our diaspora Nigerians for how much they invested their sweat and their money in making us get to the point we got to in the last election. But I always point out to as many diasporans that try to make it look like they were the ones that gave and those on ground did not. Because it sounded like Williams was coming from that point of view when he was saying those on ground are not ready. We are not ready to do anything. And then he now went into how much he invested during the elections and all that. Diasporans gave their sweat and gave their money. In fact, some of them started working shifts for other people just to be able to meet up with targets that Nigerians were craving for and crying for the elections. But for each kobo, for each naira, for each dollar that was sent over to any Nigerian that was on the field working, the Nigerians that worked gave their lives. Diasporans gave their sweat, we gave our lives. For every time we were out on the field working, we were at risk to be killed. So I want to beg for as many diasporans that feel they gave better than those that were on ground. You didn't give better. You gave so much and it will be forever appreciated. But we will never, we shouldn't come to that point where we begin to equate, try to weigh, we gave, you people did not do as much as. Let's stop doing that. Please, I want to beg diasporans, stop doing it. Stop. Okay? Then I want to also say to Groove, where I want to come to speak to Groove is, he was saying that the outreaches will not work. P2B is doing stuff, but even if we do outreaches, they will not change anybody. I beg seriously to disagree. And unfortunately also, I think Rhoda is no longer on this space. I wanted to use Rhoda as an example. Rhoda is going to the IDP camps we have in Bokos on the plateau. And she is giving those children who have been sacked from their villages education with the support of some Nigerians, both in Nigeria and in the diaspora. giving books, giving warm clothing and all that. If that is not done, do you know what those children will grow into tomorrow in Nigeria? Many of the people, okay, the last week attack that happened, did we not hear some of the kidnappers saying, kidnapped victims saying it was children, young boys that came in to kidnap them with AK-47 and all that? Didn't we hear it? Where do you think they're getting those boys from? When they kidnap males like that, young males, they recruit them into terrorism. So if we do not reach out to people, they will turn out into that. The outreach is, I'm saying, let's begin to do something. Just like, do we think Peter Obi is stupid doing what he's doing? And do we think Peter Obi is just doing what he's doing because of another election? Peter Obi is going around trying to make Nigerians not to give up hope. I least expected that man to be in AFCON on Friday, supporting Super Eagles during the football match. That was the last thing I thought I was going to wake up to. But you see how he shook the whole nation just for that singular act that he did. Not to talk of other things. So anyone who is thinking that he's just doing for show, that person is fooling himself. Because, okay, even when they killed in Kaduna, the so-called military mistake that happened in Kaduna's north, Peter Obi was the first politician that went there, visited, and gave them something before the El-Rufais now remembered they were supposed to do it. You think their people did not notice? You think people around did not see it and they did not key that down, that this is something of note? That he's going around doing what he's doing. The man is not stupid. He's giving hope to Nigerians. And he's telling us that we can still, because for every time he also comes out and he keeps telling us a new Nigeria is still possible. So don't come telling me that if we have outreaches to continue to drive that message, that it won't change people. It will. First of all, it will give people hope. Because so many people, somebody came up here and said he knows two of his cousins that want to kill themselves. Do you know how much suicide, even those that are not being reported, that are going all around? So please, as many outreaches as we can, let's do it, first of all, for the sake of humanity, for the sake of our fellow brothers and sisters that can't afford a lot of things. Then secondly, for the fact that we want to give them that hope that we can still get back this country on track. Okay? And he was talking about, if you come on Twitter Spaces, you see people still supporting. If you don't know by now that these are paid trolls, people that are paid to come and do those stuff, then you still don't understand what is going on in this country. And finally, let me speak to my brothers who are saying no Igbo man should come out, and when whatever gets to the Igbo man, he will come out and protest. It's not by you saying Igbo people should not join protest. The Igbos don't have to join the Niger State people. Igbos don't have to join Middle Belt people. But waiting go touch them, we go make them protest, it go touch them. It go reach people to stand up. You see this the way they go around. It no get person where they exclusive for. It no get person where they exempted. It go touch everybody. Everybody we need to stand up, go stand up, cry. Everybody. For those who are believing that, yeah, we need to break up and all that, if you're going to break up now, the only way Nigeria can break up successfully is for us to first have that leader that will take us to the place where we will see that each region can stand on its own, which is what Peter Obi was clamoring for, which was what he was preaching. He becomes president, he will show every region that they can stand on their own. Then when you now say you want to go, it will be easier. The reason why right now you cannot get Biafra that you're fighting for is because the so-called Northern Cabal and all of them, they would not let the South go because of the oil wells. If you're going to insist on breaking up right now, are you ready for another Biafran war? I have asked this question again. You guys didn't answer me. I want to ask you again. That Biafran war that happened between 1963 to 67, be 1967 to 1970, thereabout. Are you ready for a repeat? Are you ready for it? Because that's the only way you can get Biafra, as in you can start clamoring for another Biafra by force, now like this. If they will let you go, it has to be by war. If you're not ready for that, well, stop telling us that it has to be the only way. That breakup will happen only when there is somebody there that will create the regions and let them see that they can stand on their own. The North, the people of the North have not yet seen that they can stand on their own because their leaders have made them believe that all their powers are in the oil wells that are in the South. That's the deceit that the Northern elites have given to their people, fed their people with for years. Until that changes, the Biafra you're clamoring for will not work. It won't happen. So if you keep saying you are not standing for P2B, he's one of them. Well, you will have to wait till forever. Because if you don't stand for the right grounds that will give you the backing for you to break up, you will never get that breakup. Okay? He will rule for 8 years, and what will happen? He will give it to another Fulani man, Katurera. I bet they talk that kind of thing. They talk that kind of thing. He will set us on that track where by the time he's handing over to somebody else, he will be the person that will take this country to the next level. That is if we remain, we decide at that point, because we don't even know what Peter B wants to come and do. That's the sad thing. Anyway, those are the things that I just came to put out here, especially for the outreaches that I talked about. It will go a long way to change a lot of hearts. It will. Thank you, and I yield the mic.
All right, thank you so much, God, Nasa. Thank you so much, Augustine, everybody that contributed to this space. Thank you so much all for joining. It was nice having you guys here. This space was quite impromptu.
Imperfect, Mr. Austin's hand is up.
Oh, okay. Mr. Augustine wants something quickly, sir.
Again, I thank you all. I thank you, Mr. Imperfect. You're doing a wonderful job. And I will, if you need me in any ways to encourage you to continue this town hall so that Nigerians across the ages we have a voice to vent or contribute to what you are doing. However, I want to say this to the General House. A lot of time passed during the ban of history in our school curriculum. We suggest that we all go back to go study the history of not just Nigeria, that West African region, pre-colonial and after colonial era. There are tools out there now. You don't have to wait for the government to allow you to do that, to study the history of that country. That it was just a business setup, which is still running as shares over there under Lever Brother or Unilever. So if we want to continue this debate, which Mr. Imperfect, please continue to do, let everybody go do their homework and come back here and let's, review our school of thoughts if Nigeria will really work. Honest conversation. I love the culture. I love the way we are culturally together now. We have strength, we have everything. But there are some distractors, which was based on the design of that country. The people that don't own any land there, they won't let it succeed or survive. That's the intention, and it will continue. The old ancient Benin Empire tried to stop them at Ida. That's where we are. Go back and check the map before the British intervened. You will get some insight into what I'm trying to talk about here. We don't have all day. So, Mr. Imperfect, I thank you again for giving me the opportunity to bring this up. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Bye all.
Thank you so much for passing by. Thank you so much. So, everybody waiting at this place, thank you so much for joining. I beg, if anybody said anything I never liked in any way or form, please, my apologies. I beg, make no vex. I beg, take off that. Master, thank you so much for being here. You've done a wonderful job. And for my previous co-hosts, Franny and Odiara, thank you all. Everybody, I beg, everybody, please have a nice day and pray for a more peaceful Nigeria. Guys, do have a nice evening, have a nice day. Cheers. Bye, guys. Nasa, good night. Good night. Take care. Bye, guys.
Good night. Bye.